Homeowners Insurance, protecting your business and your family for over 50 years.
The electric cooperative's got its start lighting Arkansas, and we continue to meet that demand with every resource we can deliver. We're powering your life where you live every single day through one of 17 local cooperatives, each unique, always united, and in your community. Our mission? To provide reliable, affordable, and responsible power to every corner of Arkansas. It's the local hometown cooperative way, because we're better connected together. The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to $700 plus get a free adjustable base with select Sealy mattresses. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
If a Lenovo computer for your business is on your holiday list, don't shop around. Just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com. You'll find exclusive deals on the PCs you want for your business, like the ThinkPad X9 14 Aura Edition and Yoga 7i 2-in-1. So avoid all that shopping chaos and price comparing, and just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com, where PCs are up to 50% off. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo.
Hey, have you seen those car ads where Christmas morning someone gets a car for Christmas? Does that actually happen? Well, when you hear what they're doing at Genesis of Conway, that scene might just become reality. During the Genesis of Conway signature event, you can fall in love with the GV70, GV80, or G70 for 1.99% interest for 60 months. Now you know why we say Genesis of Conway, the future of luxury today.
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811, brought to you by Common Ground Alliance.
If you own a home and need cash, you could unlock thousands of dollars from your home equity quickly and easily. Call LendGo today at 888-602-1580. At LendGo, you can find out how much cash you could get with a home equity loan in just 2 minutes. It's free, there's no obligation, and it won't affect your credit score. Use the money for anything. Pay off high-interest debt or just give your budget some breathing room. Call 888-602-1580 today.
For over 30 years, Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse has been Arkansas's truck accessory headquarters and the only stop for all your truck parts and accessories. If it goes on a truck, Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse has got it. And that includes upgrading your truck with Vortex spray liners. Tough, durable, proudly made in the USA. Their spray liners can protect your truck for years to come. Call Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse at 501-568-0040 to schedule your spray. Or stop by 65th and University.
Live from the Eat My Catfish studios, it's time for Arkansas's #1 caller-driven sports show. It's Drive Time Sports on the Buzz Radio Network with your hosts, Randy Rainwater and Rick Schaeffer. Lock it in and get ready to dial us up. Drive Time Sports is on the air.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Drive Time Sports here on the Buzz Radio Network. Rick Schaeffer standing by in Northwest Arkansas. I am Randy Rainwater from the capital city.
Ray Tucker on Drive Time Sports is brought to you by Courtney Buick GMC.
Good afternoon, Raymond. Good afternoon, Rick. Well, I have your microphones on, so I mean,
I'm here.
I was waiting for Ray. You asked him first,
I'm
right?
waiting on Rick.
Oh, no, he said you first. So I was going to do that. That's fine.
Either
that
way.
should be.
Either way.
You know, it's getting tough to dissect these losses every week. I know we're going to talk a lot about that game against Missouri because
I'm sure we will. There's so much to talk about.
So little to talk about. Basketball game with Louisville coming up. But, yeah, I guess Arkansas is a new football coach. And, you know, it's interesting, Randy. I came home from church yesterday. My wife loves to look at Facebook. And the first thing she sees is two prominent sportscasters in Arkansas ripping the decision to hire Satterfield. So to hire the new coach, Silverfield. So
yeah.
Then she starts looking at other Facebook posts. The comments are outrageous. I mean, there are people that are upset. They want to protest. They want to do all this other stuff.
There was a protest.
And she's trying to figure out what is this about. And then I'm told, because I sure didn't look at any of it myself, that today it's kind of turned. And now it's like, well, maybe this guy's okay. Isn't that interesting? And so I was with a group of men this morning, and some of them were saying, people are disappointed. It should have been a bigger name. And I asked them, who? Name a bigger name. Who's a bigger name that Arkansas could have got? Well, they named Arizona State's coach. I get that. I think most Razorback fans don't even know who that is. And that he named Matt Campbell at Iowa State. Okay, that's fine. Arkansas, I can't imagine would be that much. I'm sorry, Justin Acree, wouldn't be more excited about hiring an Iowa State coach than they are hiring a Memphis coach. So you start thinking about it, and now you see this guy. All of a sudden, he has flipped 3 Arkansas recruits who are going to other schools. And we've been talking for years about why didn't Arkansas get the best players in Arkansas, start there, and this guy wants to do that. So I'm thinking that's a pretty good deal. The only thing I think was really done poorly in this, he should have been introduced at a press conference this morning. I understand that Hunter Yurachek has to go.
That is ridiculous.
He could have done this at 11 in the morning and then could have flown to Dallas and done whatever he needs to do.
That is ridiculous.
But to hire a guy on Sunday and then wait till Thursday to introduce him, it was probably not the best public relations move, which again shows the value of Kevin Trainer, who would have probably, if he was still working in the athletic department, probably would have said, Hunter, maybe we ought to reconsider and do this on Monday.
Or why not have somebody who can stand in for you? Yeah. All you're doing is basically
that's right.
Introducing
right.
the not introducing. You're defending what they have done most recently in the latest college football playoff poll. Yeah. His job is not belonging. He is not compensated. I don't think he is by the College Football Playoff Committee.
I don't think so.
His job is the athletic director of the University of Arkansas. Yeah. This could have been done yesterday. Ryan was on campus by noon yesterday. Why could it not have been a 1 o'clock press conference?
Remember Bobby Petrino? That was Sunday night.
10:30 or whatever it was at night.
Yeah, they could have said it. You got to give the Little Rock media time to get here. So I think the announcement came around 10. I was at church.
They could have headed most of that off.
Yeah.
Because there was a game on Saturday.
Yeah.
They could have given a heads up by saying on Saturday, we're not going to tell you who it is, but there's going to be an announcement tomorrow. You need to be prepared at 1 o'clock. Yes.
Yeah. Or, again, they could have let everybody know at 10 in the morning, which is when they announced it, I think. I was in church. I didn't see it till afterwards. But they could have sent out an alert at 10 o'clock, press conference at 4.
Yeah.
Everybody could have gotten there. 4 o'clock, that's not a hard thing.
Yeah.
So,
and you think about it this way, though, Rick.
Do that.
Most of the Little Rock media has some type of connection with Northwest Arkansas.
Yeah, that's right.
With television stations and so forth and so on.
Yeah.
They can get the feed from them if they want to play it in just the Little Rock market only. Anyway, it was poorly handled.
But that's the only thing, and hopefully, 3 months from now, nobody will remember that. So you hope this guy turns out to be good.
If you're trying to win over your Arkansas fan base, the sooner you can get your new coach in front of the fan base, the better you are.
Totally agree. I just said 3 months from now, nobody will remember that.
No, we still will.
But today
I'll keep
we do
reminding
because life is all about today.
I will keep reminding you.
Please me today. Please me today. I don't care about tomorrow. Please me today. That's the way society is now. And so the Twitter mob gets out there and gets on everybody, and Hunter's taking some hits on this. But, again, just look. Let's see how well the guy does. Let's say he ends up Wednesday is National Signing Day. What if all of a sudden he signs 12 guys from Arkansas? What if he keeps the guys that were already in the fold? And what if he signs some guys that were going to Memphis that turn out to be good football players? You know, and maybe that's part of it too. Wednesday signing day, so maybe that's another reason why they didn't do it on Wednesday. That's why they should have done it today or yesterday on the press conference. But this way on Thursday, he can talk about his recruiting class as well as taking the job, I guess.
Okay. All right. Okay.
It works out.
Okay.
If in 3 years from now he's winning football games, everybody will be happy. If he's not, they'll all want him fired. It all changes day to day, right? And you look at, isn't it amazing that one conference supplied 4 major jobs, 3 of them in the SEC and one of them at Oklahoma State? One conference sent all those guys to new jobs, and his record against the other 3 is really good. So we'll see how he does.
All right, this from our D3 Auto Sales Buzz text line. You radio guys get way too upset when you don't get your information instantly. Stop that. You're looking stupid. Really?
We are?
Okay, look in the mirror.
Wait a minute. What do you mean?
You don't even know.
Oh, go ahead, finish.
Well, he doesn't even know what the guy's name is. Silverfield, not Silverman. Yeah. How about calling him Silverfish? Silverman will be a good coach. Best we've had in a long time. So just enjoy it. Stop griping so much.
Well, who's griping? We're not griping. You're not raining. I don't know.
I guess I'm griping. I'm griping.
I'm okay.
Because
we're griping
the way the process was handled.
We're griping because he didn't have a press conference yesterday or today.
And
Other than that,
there were opportunities.
I'm for him. And all I pointed out was all the Twitter mob was after him yesterday, but they all seem to be okay with him today. Or not all of them, but many. That's all. Not us.
Well, I'll say this again one more time for the effort that it takes to say the words.
Okay.
If Hunter Yurachek better be accurate in that he will be giving Ryan Silverfield the necessary NIL resources to compete. Because if he doesn't, it doesn't matter who the coach was. It doesn't matter how far you went down the list to get the coach, or if you got the coach of your dreams. If you don't give that coach the necessary resources in today's college football world, that is NIL resources, I think he's off to a great start at this point in time. That is bringing in some of these Arkansas kids. You had obviously said no to Arkansas, had committed otherwise. Now, it did help with Danny Bill, the big defensive tackle from Marion, that his coach got fired over to Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
And
another one is committed. Wasn't there one committed to Ole Miss? And obviously
Ole Miss, yes. There's another one that's
But there was one that was going to Oklahoma, and he's coming to Arkansas.
And there was another one, I believe the running back from Cross County, wasn't he committed to Missouri? I think that's correct.
Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's okay.
He's off to a good start.
Yeah, he's off to a good start. And in the release, and I believe people when they say things, I've been misled at times, but I believe them. Hunter Yurachek is quoted as saying, new and significant financial investment in the football program. That's a direct quote. New and significant financial investment.
I read the same thing. I read the same thing. Do I believe it?
Whoever thought we would be saying we want to be like Vanderbilt?
Well, they're 10-2 right now. You'd sure like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, now we're at the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, 10 years ago, it'd be like, oh, it's adorable Vanderbilt's got a team and all. Let's talk about real SEC, but now.
We used to say, when are we going to get Vanderbilt on our schedule? Well, guess what?
Well, let's hope.
If that caller thinks we're complaining, he ought to be in Mississippi.
Oh, yeah. Well, I've listened to a lot of discussion on that on the radio the last couple of days, listening to stations I rarely listen to, and college sports networks, and And it's interesting, the back and forth. So Gino Bell, who I absolutely love, is one of my good friends, and we work together on the radio, had a total disagreement about Lane Kiffin briefly on the pregame show and then during the commercial breaks. He thinks a guy ought to be able to leave whenever he wants to and all that kind of stuff. And I'm thinking, Gino is a family man. He is a principled guy. One of the reasons I really love him, I couldn't believe he had that attitude, because I'm thinking he's got a team. His goal as a coach is to get a team in the college playoff. This one's in. They're in. They're in the playoff now. He doesn't have to recruit to it. He doesn't have to go get them. They're in. The other thing is, it's interesting that these guys were talking about since 2021, which is when the transfer portal and the NIL started to become factors. Ole Miss is a better program than LSU since 2021 because the Ole Miss fans believed in Lane Kiffin and gave him whatever he wanted. Now, LSU's got a bigger stadium. They've got all this other stuff. But as far as being a better program right now, Ole Miss is better than LSU. Doesn't mean they won't be. So he leaves his team going into the playoffs. You can say, oh, that job might not have been available later. Well, maybe with what you got at Ole Miss, why do you need another job? And then you can say, well, maybe there are more players in Louisiana. Well, he didn't have any problem getting players to Oxford, Mississippi, did he? To me, it is just a total lack of integrity. How do you talk to players about commitment when you leave like that? How do you tell your LSU players, I'm committed to you till when? The Las Vegas Raiders call you because Al Davis doesn't own them anymore, or the Tennessee Titans call you? How long are you committed? And the deal LSU gave them, and you wonder about LSU. Okay, did you know that this month they're making the last payment to Ed Orgeron? They're still paying Ed Orgeron. This month, he gets his last payment for being fired at LSU coach. They owe Ryan Kelly $54 million, maybe minus however many hundred thousands they've paid him for his salary already, but $52 to $53 million. They owe him that, and they now are agreed to pay him. Did you see what Kiffin's contract is? It is $13 million for 7 years. If they fire him without cause, it's 80. After 2027, it's 80% of what's left. Did you see they are going to pay him the bonus he would have earned at Ole Miss? So, Ole Miss making the first round of the playoff, he gets $150,000. LSU's going to pay him for what Ole Miss is getting. If they get to the second round, it's $250,000. If they win the national championship, LSU is going to pay Kiffin $1 million for Ole Miss winning the national championship. Have you ever heard of a deal like that?
Pretty sweet.
Plus, they're paying whatever his house sells for at Oxford, whatever the difference is between what he makes and the house he buys in Baton Rouge.
Like he couldn't afford it.
They'll give up to $500,000 for that. You think the governor, who was mad because they're paying Brian Kelly, I wonder what he thinks about this deal.
I watched about a 10, 15-minute clip that ran on NFL Today on CBS, and Bill Cowher talked about Kiffin and talked about this whole thing, and it's pretty darn interesting, and it all had to do with loyalty and all of that, and commitment to players like y'all talked about. It's absolutely crazy. How do you turn down that kind of money? It's hard to do. But
Ole Miss said they'd pay him the same.
I know. Just look at recruiting. How many 4 or 5 stars come out of the state of Mississippi? How many come out of Louisiana? It's not even comparable.
Yeah, but with the money he had at Ole Miss, he was getting players.
But he has a better chance with those players at LSU if he gets turned around, which he will.
He's got to win about 9 in a row to make that justifiable, in my opinion.
And here's the other thing is, at Ole Miss, winning like he is now, people would have been fine forever.
Yes.
At LSU, if he doesn't win a national championship within 3 years, they're going to hate him.
Well, he's going to take all their money.
Oh yeah, he's going to take their money. Good luck. I mean, it's his life, and Ole Miss and LSU are the ones paying, so it's not up to us. We're just talking about it, as everybody in college football is. Saturday, there's all these big games, and it's all about Lane Kiffin. Oh, when's he going to make a decision? It's supposed to be today. No, maybe tomorrow. Later today. Oh, I guess they're going to hold on till later today. When's the meeting going to be? Oh, it turns out he doesn't even get to go to the meeting. Good grief.
9 o'clock, then 1 o'clock, and so forth.
Good
and so
grief.
On. It was ridiculous.
They did have a news conference.
Yeah, it was on just a moment ago.
Oh, LSU did?
Yeah, LSU. All right,
Well,
let's talk with Bob. We got folks waiting.
Okay.
Robert, good afternoon. Welcome to Drive Time Sports.
Well, good afternoon on this cold afternoon, gentlemen.
It is
cold.
Randy,
isn't it?
I kind of felt sorry for you and Rick.
You
such
did?
a slow news day today, not have nothing to talk about.
Oh, I know, but it's been tough.
Well, first of all, I want to say, Randy and Rick, some have deemed Don Tyson as the chicken man. I think we should deem Cam Boozer as chicken wing.
He's a baller. He is a baller.
Well, he hooks on every time he moves to the basket. He uses his elbow every time. Is that what you're talking about?
He does, Rick.
And he creates a little space
And
with a little push.
I saw him do it twice to Brazil and twice to Pringle. You take those two buckets away, and those two guys are pretty good free throw shooters. If they had called it, we beat these guys. So anyway, good luck to the chicken wing.
He is good. I mean, you still got to say he's good. He's really
a baller.
Good. Yeah.
He is. For a freshman, Rick, he's you can't say too much about how bright his future looks.
Yeah.
Randy, I was kind of like Rick. I got word at church yesterday, and I guess I reacted to the news about like most Arkansas fans. I say most. And I did go to college at Memphis. And when Arkansas was not playing Memphis, I pulled for Memphis. But there was a couple of things, and I've been watching a lot of podcasts and stuff, just trying to get information on this guy. There's a couple of things that I wanted to ask you about. I was watching the podcast that Bo and Chuck has.
I watched it.
And they had Ryan Silver. By the way, I was going to just start singing Silver Bells whenever I came home, but I'm not a singer. But anyway, he said two things that really got my attention. It made me wonder. He said 4 weeks ago, 7 hours before one of their games, his phone started blowing up because it had been reported that he would be the next Arkansas head coach 4 weeks ago. And that he had to deal with that issue then. Is it possible? Is that possible that Golish and all this other stuff was just some kind of smoke screen? And if so, why? I mean, why didn't just I'm not understanding. But he said something, and by the way, it's been reported that he's done Flip Kennedy, that big offensive lineman in Little Rock too, which would be I think 4 guys.
That'd be great.
But
if that happened.
he said on the podcast, Rick, that this year, he said, a lot of guys, it takes 3 years to, establish a culture. And, he said, we're doing it now. And he said he made this statement. He said, this will be the best Arkansas class that they've ever had. Now, if he pulls that off, I think as a fan, Randy, all we want is just to win. And if this guy starts winning, the fans will follow, and they will be in the seats. But I don't know, just going to get y'all's reaction on that. God bless y'all, and have a blessed day.
Okay. Well, he says it's going to be physical. Says they're going to score points. Over his tenure at Memphis, they led the American Conference in scoring for his total time there. And on a season basis, they did it twice. He did say that. He said it's not going to take 3 years. We're going to do it right now. In the dressing room today, when he talked to the Arkansas players, he said, if any of you all are wanting to transfer to somebody that's on our schedule next year, you go right ahead. We're going to beat your blank. He told them that. And evidently they like that. I hope that enough of them liked it that they'll stay. So he's off to a whirlwind start. As far as the 3 or 4 weeks ago, I don't know. I think there were at least 2 other coaches in the picture even at that time. I don't think anything was confirmed. That's my opinion. I don't know. But he's the coach. And I think Arkansas fans hopefully will be very supportive of him.
This real quick from our D3 Auto Sales Buzz text line. This came from Marcus Elliott. Marcus Elliott is the only one that makes sense on 103.7 The Buzz. Totally agree with everybody else on The Buzz. I said yesterday on the Saturday post-game press conference, or the fifth quarter post-game show, you can have the press conference anytime. Just let him get to work.
Champs and Chumps on Fridays during the Zone. Brought to you by Washita Bar and Grill on Central Avenue in Hot Springs and BKC Home Builders, building premier homes in Hot Springs.
Arkansas round ballers Big Joe Klein and Pat Bradley pontificate on Bet Saracen.
People ask me, what do basketball players know about football? What say you, Joe?
I explained that anyone can run up and down a grass field with a screwy-shaped ball, but it takes finesse to strategically launch a basketball from long distances at an 18-inch diameter steel hoop.
Dang, Joe, you sure are smart.
Gambling problem? Call 800-GAMBLER.
Tune in every Monday night at 7 for the Coach Calipari Show. Coach will break down each game and talk strategy. And it's all brought to you by Crain Dodge Jeep Ram and the Big Lot in Benton.
Let's pack the Jack Stevens Center and celebrate 20 years of the fabulous home court of Little Rock Trojans basketball. Your Trojans take the floor at the Jack Stevens Center on Saturday, December 6th. The Trojans women will take on UCA at 6 p.m. The Trojan men will tip off against Arkansas State at 8. Fill the stands and celebrate the 20th anniversary of the Jack Stevens Center. Get tickets now. Go to lrtrojans.com. Come out and cheer on your Trojans. Single game and season tickets are available at lrtrojans.com.
Ray Tucker with good news for enthusiasts of Triumph motorcycles. Honda of North Little Rock now carries the legendary classics and cutting-edge rides. We have the Bonneville Bobber, Daytona 600, the TF450X, the Stunning Elvis Presley Edition, and the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. You get the idea. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe insurance should adjust to fit your needs. That's why we do insurance that fits just right. And Shelter is known for our award-winning customer service, satisfied customers, and a plan for you. Ready to check us out? Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
See Shelter agents Richard Yeager, Steve Ferguson, or Jason Daly in Little Rock today.
Hi, I'm Nathan Schulman with Schulman Theaters, and I'm excited to invite you to the grand opening of our newest location, Film Alley Breckenridge. Now open, and we've built something special for you and your family. A place where you can watch the latest movies, bowl with friends, let the kids loose in the arcade, and enjoy great food and cocktails, all under one roof. It's more than just a theater, it's a place to make memories. Find out more by visiting us at breckenridge.filmalley.net. From our family to yours, welcome to Film Alley Breckenridge.
The circle of life includes death. Small estates, large probates, or trust administrations? Hire the Lions. Life's a jungle. Be healthy, wealthy, and wise with Lion Legal. For exceptional communication and exceptional results, hire Lion Legal to come roaring to the rescue.
Hi folks, it's Chris Zender here at Frank Fletcher Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sherwood. When you're in the market for a new Dodge Chrysler Jeep or Ram, we hope you give us a chance to earn your business. Here's some things to consider. Fletcher Dodge has been family-owned dealer here in Sherwood for over 25 years. We know how to take care of our customers to keep them coming back. Every Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram dealer pays the same price for their vehicles. It's the dealer that makes the difference. We'll give you the best deal up front. No haggling, no arguing. We make it easy to buy a new vehicle, and we'll pay you more for your trade-in. Compare our deal to anybody's, and you'll buy from us. Come see us today for the deal of a lifetime on new Dodge Chrysler Jeep or Ram. At Frank Fletcher Dodge, you always get the best price, the lowest finance rate, and more for your trade. And we promise you a hassle-free buying experience. We want to be your dealer for life. Shop Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood before you buy anywhere else. Just tell us what you're looking for and we'll make you a deal. Come see us in person at Fletcher Dodge on Warden Road in Sherwood or shop online at FletcherDeals.com.
Welcome back to Drive Time Sports, live from the Eat My Catfish studios, where it's much like any of the 7 Eat My Catfish locations, minus the always fresh, delicious food options like the family pack catfish dinners. The #1 sports radio show in Arkansas, Drive Time Sports on the Buzz Radio Network.
Time now to talk with Neal Atkinson at Casino Resort down in Pine Bluff. Neal, always a busy time for you. Got a lot going on tonight.
Hey, surprise! It's not Neal. It's Carlton.
Oh,
You're
I got
stuck with
Carlton.
me.
How about that?
Yeah, Neal's in England. He's visiting with our technology partners in London. So you're stuck with me. How y'all doing?
Doing great. Good. Always good to hear from you.
I was in Chicago. Over the last couple of days for that basketball game. I think it's colder here than it was up there, y'all. It's a cold one.
And we're lucky a couple of more degrees and we'll be iced in here.
Yeah. Well, we got a good game tonight. So you got Giants and Patriots. Patriots favored by 7. Over/under's 46.5. So we ought to have some good offense. And you know, Ray, we've got all kinds of promos now. So if you'll hit the Bet Saracen promo tab, you can opt in for the 50% profit boost. So we'll boost your profit 50% if you didn't use it over the weekend. That works all the way through. The big thing, though, the thing I want to talk about is Bet Vision. So you can actually watch the game in the Bet Saracen app. We worked hard to negotiate the rights to be able to stream the game in the app, and it's unbelievable, y'all. The only way I know how to describe it, it looks like you're playing Madden on Xbox or PlayStation. It's the game live with stats, with player data, and you can bet live in your phone. The other thing is there's no latency. So you'll be several seconds ahead of the television, 6 to 8 seconds ahead of the television. So for us to negotiate NFL streaming rights in the app, pretty unbelievable. We have been tinkering with it all season, and they finally got it ready just about in time for playoffs. So Monday Night Football, Giants, Patriots, do not miss your 50% boost, and do not forget to check out BetVision. It is cool. It's probably the coolest feature we've added to the book in at least a year.
Randy, you're going to love it.
I love it.
You're going to love it. You're going to love it. Rainwater?
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Doing great. How about you, Mr. Schaeffer?
You good?
Mr.
I'm freezing.
It's Mr.
Other than that, we'll be good. I'm going to go home, build a fire, and watch Monday Night Football.
Are you joining us at 8:20 tonight?
I'll be there. I'll duck out of the game to come talk to you about a little bit of outdoors.
All right, you got it. I appreciate you very much.
All right, y'all take care. Hey, hit up Bet Saracen.
Download the app, folks, betsaracen.com.
All right, let's check in with Miss Courtney Mims by way of Fox 16. Well, what a weekend, huh?
I just don't think I've slept at all. Have you guys? Have you guys had any sleep? Or
Yeah. Been some long days and long nights. You're right about that.
We weren't chasing airplanes. We were okay. We slept.
Well, that's good. That's good that you weren't chasing any airplanes. I was trying to. I was just trying to piece everything together, and it's just been crazy, and it hasn't stopped yet. I mean, we're still getting news this morning, and I'm here in Central Arkansas. You're like, wait, who's committing to the Hogs? Okay, wait, who's the next commit? Okay, great. Oh, who's next? All right, and we're still getting those in now. I mean, oh my goodness, I don't think it's stopping. This man got to work. Let me tell you guys. I know you know, but man, that was quick.
Yeah, it was, and it's interesting how the initial response was fairly negative, but it's turned pretty quickly, I think, and I think a lot of people are excited about what he's doing right now.
I mean, I think he even flipped me a little bit, right? Because at first I kind of went, man, no, seriously, and I'll be the first to admit it. I was pretty negative at the beginning. I said, man, this doesn't feel like the home run hire that we've been talking about. This doesn't feel like Hunter Yurchik got up there and said, we want someone to re-energize the fan base. And I said, you know what, is this really the guy to do that? And not saying that he's not, just saying that I had some doubts, right? And then you look at what he's been able to do at Memphis and what the fans were saying, right? There were some fans who were very excited for him and some fans who were happy to get rid of him, right? And I hate when that's the case, but we also saw that with, you got to take that with a grain of salt, because we also saw that with Cal in Kentucky. And so you got to take what the fan base who's losing him says with a grain of salt. But it doesn't feel great when you're looking at things like, oh gosh, he's been there 6 years and no conference championships, right? And with the commitment that Memphis gave him, apparently financially, you're going, okay, there should have been, right? There should have been more you should have at least won a conference title, right? But hey, I get it. It goes a little bit deeper than that sometimes. And so I like what he did. He came in immediately, and it wasn't just empty words, right? Because he got on there and said, you're going to like who we're getting committed to us. You're going to like who we're recruiting. You're going to like what we do off the bat, and we want to keep in-state guys here. And I said, okay, is that empty words? No, I mean, he's making good on that immediately. And I think there's still to come, guys, really. I think from what we're hearing, there's still guys in-state commits that could flip to the Hogs.
All right, we've got some callers, Courtney, if we can tackle a few of them if we can. Jeff, good afternoon. Welcome to Drive Time Sports. Yo, Jeff. Jeff once.
I think we tackled him.
Jeff twice.
I think so, too.
I think maybe it was a block in the back.
I hope it's improved tackling. I think we need improved tackling.
That's true, too.
Think, especially in the open field.
Well, it's great when you finally get a penalty on one of our defensive players, on one of Arkansas's defensive players for a block below the knees.
Yeah. How about that?
After you see that.
How about Missouri gets called for holding, but Arkansas has an unsportsmanlike conduct on the same play?
And why was the play not reviewed when Taylor Green went out of bounds?
Oh, my gosh.
Was that not
it was helmet to helmet?
Targeting?
It was helmet to helmet.
Not even a review?
Didn't even look at it, yeah.
Okay. Just asking.
Okay. Wow, that was last week's game. It seems so long ago now.
It has been a couple of days. You're right about that.
Yeah.
Jason, good afternoon. Welcome to Drive Time Sports.
Hey, guys. Thank you for taking my call. And, Rick, I just wanted to get you to expand a little bit on the Lane Kiffin thing, because there's two things that stick out in my mind about that I can't shake it.
Okay.
One, he thought he had the right to, okay, I want to coach this team in the playoffs, but I'm going to leave it to LSU after that. Then, when Keith Carter tells him to not show up at the meeting with the chancellor and the athletic director, he wants to blame the athletic director and say it was their idea. I tried to talk to them, but they didn't want to listen to me, and I don't understand how he can not take responsibility and think he can have his cake and eat it too. I mean, would you please explain that a little more?
Yeah, he's Lane Kiffin. That's
the real world.
Yeah, that's all you need to know is he's Lane Kiffin, and you can say all you want to about, and I don't ever question a man's faith. I hope he does believe in the Lord. He talked about how that was part of his decision. I've read the Bible several times and found no place where it says to leave a commitment. I don't find it in there. And so you can say all you want to and make it sound like you're a really good guy. He left his team. So why in the world would they let him go back in there? He left his team. In fact, if I was Keith Carter, the minute I found out he was going to LSU, there would be no more discussion about the team or anything else. I'd say you got 15 minutes to get everything out of your office and get the heck out of here. So, is he a good coach? Yeah. But these guys, and this is what I hate about the NIL and I hate about the transfer portal. Commitment, endurance, patience, all those things that sports has always taught go right out the window. It's me first and whatever I can get. And again, it's his life. It's not me. We're just talking about him. That's the perfect example of what football is like today. Me first. I want to do what I want to do. And you mean you won't let me coach the team? Are you kidding? It's your fault? Are you kidding me? Please.
Okay, just a little bit of feedback from our D3 Auto Sales Buzz text line. Nobody cares about LSU Ole Miss.
You know, that is true. In Arkansas we don't. But it's a national story, so that's why we talk about it.
Drew wants to know, why are you talking about a coach that has nothing to do with the U of A?
Well, Arkansas will be playing against him every year. LSU every year.
It's been the national story for weeks now.
Right. Exactly. Courtney, you haven't talked about Lane Kiffin at all, have you?
I mean, we have some. We have some because it is a national story.
Of course.
And, you know, I mean, we have some, but I agree with you, Rick. Honestly, about everything you said, you hit the nail on the head there, and I get why people are confused. But it is Lane Kiffin. You can't really pinpoint and say, hey, this guy. You know, you can fully understand exactly why he does the things he does. But I mean, Ole Miss handled that exactly like I would have handled that. I wouldn't have let him come talk to the team. I wouldn't have let him come back into the facility. I would have said, you didn't want us, right? You didn't want to be here. So that's done. The relationship has ended. It's over now. You're not an ex-boyfriend that wants to come back into your life.
That's right.
Get out. Leave.
Yeah,
stay away. And so I completely understand that. And, you know, I also understand why Arkansas people don't want to talk about it. But, man, I mean, it has been the talk of everything for the last, you know, couple of weeks. And I feel bad for people a little bit because Arkansas's news kind of gets eclipsed a little bit by, I mean, all the other coaching moves get eclipsed a little bit by Lane Kiffin, the decision, right?
That's exactly right.
He has dominated the conversation, and that's what he wanted. And I don't care if anybody says he didn't. He wanted that. He got what he wanted. He was the center. He was the belle of the ball for the last couple of weeks. Let's stop talking about him, right?
Yeah. Wouldn't it be great if in 3 years he doesn't win a national championship either, and they're all mad at him? Hey, you get what you pay for. You think about this. People say, oh, well, you know, Silverfield hadn't won a conference championship. Neither has Lane Kiffin. So, you know, just because they haven't doesn't mean you can't win a lot of. Just doesn't mean you can't win a lot of football games. And so, you know, I think Arkansas got a good hire. I'm sure Florida feels good about its hire. I'm sure Auburn feels good about its hire, and I'm sure Oklahoma State feels good about its hire. But the bottom line is 3 years from now, I hope they all still feel good about their hire, but they might not.
And the craziest thing of all occurred yesterday when Kentucky fired Mark Stoops.
Yeah.
My goodness gracious! How crazy! What were they?
Why did they win?
Were they trying to give him a chance against Louisville?
Wow.
That way, that would have been the 6th victory. Well, they'd given him a bowl game.
Yeah. You know what I think? I think if it had been a close game, he'd still be the coach. I think Kentucky reacted to Stoops like Arkansas did after the Notre Dame game. I think it was such a beatdown that they made the decision right then.
They were waiting. All right, hang tight, Courtney. Drive Time Sports will continue in a moment.
Beechwood Hospitality presents coverage of the Dallas Cowboys on 103.7 The Buzz. Beechwood Hospitality, the leader in hotel property management.
Millions of fans agree this Christmas tradition rocks. Trans-Siberian Orchestra, live in concert, presenting The Ghost of Christmas Eve, the best of TSO and more. December 4th, Simmons Bank Arena. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Don't miss this season's most exciting concert experience. Trans-Siberian Orchestra, produced by Live Nation.
Attention Arkansas homeowners, if you've put off updating your bathroom all year, then now's the time to call Bath Makeover of Arkansas. Bath Makeover of Arkansas is a local company installing American-made products, including bathtubs, walk-in showers, and walk-in bathtubs. Bath Makeover of Arkansas is also proud to be an official sponsor of Razorback Athletics. Don't go into a new year with that old, outdated bathtub. Bath Makeover can install a beautiful, easy-access walk-in shower in as little as 1 day. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH during our year-end blowout sale. Receive half-off labor on a new bath or shower. 18 months, no interest, no payments. Senior and military discounts. Receive a bonus $200 Visa gift card with purchase. And call Bath Makeover of Arkansas at 1-800-NEW-BATH now for a free $25 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH. That's 1-800-NEWBATH.
What drives you? Family moments, new adventures, or just the love of the open road? Whatever it is, Gwatney Chevrolet is here to help you get there. For generations, we've been more than a dealership. We've been part of life's milestones, big and small. With a team that puts you first and a car buying experience that's easy and stress-free, we're here to find the perfect vehicle for what drives you. Visit us in Jacksonville or online at GwatneyChevrolet.com. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Christmas isn't about what's under the tree. It's about making every moment special. Building memories that outlast the wrapping paper. making the most of every acre, teaching the next generation right. That's why Greenway is rolling out weekly offers on the gear that keeps you running and the John Deere gift that makes their eyes light up. This year, give a gift built for all things special to you.
Looking to upgrade your home without breaking the bank? Go to The Warehouse, 2011 North 2nd Street in Cabot, Arkansas's trusted source for quality flooring, including SPC vinyl waterproof flooring starting at $139 a square foot, tile starting at 59 cents a square foot, next-gen waterproof hardwood, and many other building materials at unbeatable prices. Contractor, home builder, or DIYer, we've got what you need, in stock and ready to go. Go see the Flooring King, The Warehouse at Natural State Wholesale, building better naturally.
Live from the Eat My Catfish studios, you feed your crave for sports by listening to Drive Time Sports. Much like you feed your crave at any of the 7 Eat My Catfish locations. The #1 sports radio show in Arkansas, Drive Time Sports on the Buzz Radio Network.
Turn the page. Turn the page. New month. Hard to believe. December 1st. Yep. The big day's coming up very soon. That's called Christmas Day. And I confess, I did not make my walk this morning to Double B's. It was too cold. It was not sure what you would call that was falling from the skies. I just said, no, I'll have to pass on my Vernoco coffee this morning. Now I could have gotten the car, but that's 2 blocks away. No, I just said, okay, no. So as we turn the page to December, Double B's. Now, what has been consistent, one of the things I love about Double B's is tomorrow, as an example, the one-topping pizza with the cheese stick, $17.99. Wednesday, Thursday, 2 of my favorite days, the Meat Mountain with the cheese sticks, $19.99. And then on Thursday, it's the Supreme Pizza and the Cheese Pizza for $19.99. So those, reminder, that's the Double B's Delis, one right here on the corner of Riverdale and Cantrell. Very convenient. And don't forget all the drink specials. They continue on for the month of December. And they have Ray's favorites. They have all of the cookies, and they have all of the donuts. There they are. Raymond's got them.
Got my Double B's water right there.
That's right. Got the Double B's water. The Hostess bag of donuts, too, for $10. Check out all the great specials each and every month, each and every day. At your local Double B's. It's where you gas it, grab it, and go. Make it Double B's. Now, let me do this. And there's Courtney. Okay. I was flying from the seat of my britches, which is wrong. All right, here are the 3 so far that we know that have committed to Arkansas, who have flipped from other schools. Danny Beal, not from Marion, he's in that area, Cross County. He was the former Oklahoma State commitment, and he decommitted when Mike Gundy was fired from Oklahoma. Ja'Cory Smith, he is a linebacker. He's from Bryant. He is the flip from Oklahoma. And Bryant also had the outstanding running back who played for Mark Tree but played this season at Bryant. That is TJ or Terry Hodges. He is the flip from Missouri. So let me get the facts straight because I've been told how dumb I am, and that's okay. That's fair. I was just flying by the seat of my britches, so I paid for it. There you go. Courtney, that to me, if you're talking about the first step forward, and I want to read this real quick because this may make as much sense as anything. Kurt from Bryant says, by way of our D3 Auto Sales Buzz text line, I think Coach Silverfield probably asked for his intro to be done Thursday to send a message. You heard the fire and determination in his voice this morning. This shows the state he will spend every second, and second is all in capital letters, trying to sign the best class he can. That's what we want. It'll take a whole afternoon to do the introduction, the press conference, and glad handing. Not 20 minutes. Plenty of time for fluff on Thursday. That is a very logical.
I get that.
That's very logical. Yeah,
I get that. Yeah, it's probably pretty wise. You're
Yeah,
right.
Yes,
Go ahead,
Courtney.
I think that's actually I think that's a real good reason for delaying the press conference, and also you give him some time to show that, hey, I'm not playing around, right? Kind of like what he said. I'm not messing around. I wanted the Arkansas job. I'm serious about it, and I'm going to prove it to the people, the naysayers out there, because I don't think anybody was shocked that initially the reaction was what it was, right? I think everybody was prepared for that. And I don't think Silverfield is dumb. I think he knows that, hey, I'm going to have to win over this fan base a little bit. And I think that's exactly why you might say, hey, give me a little bit of time. Don't just put me out to a press conference and make me say a bunch of things and have to prove it, right? I want to have actual, hey, this is what I've done in just 3 days, okay? I've done this in just 3 days. Now let's talk about it, right? Now let's tell you about what else I want to plan, because I've proven to you that what I said was not just fluff. I've proven some things already, so I'm gonna do even more, but this is what I've been able to accomplish. I think he's dead on. He's dead on with that take.
Well, I do believe there are 6 that, now I read this several weeks ago, so forgive me if I'm just a little bit off on my accuracy. I think there were 6 players in state that had committed to other schools out of state. And there may be more than that, or there may not be 6, and maybe 3 of those are now off the board. I think this is a great start for Ryan Silverfield to get these athletes that previously had committed to other places, and now they're flipping to stay home. So I think it's a great start for Ryan. And if giving him all the way through Wednesday and then with the press conference on Thursday, he wants to devote 100% of his time, then so be it.
All right. So my question is this. Hunter said we're going to give the guy the resources he needs. Has he already gotten the resources? And was money the big thing that caused these guys to flip?
Don't know the answer to that.
Well, he said, again, the quote says, new and significant financial investment in the football program. So you would have to think that if he's got a significant investment, it's not hope, because hope is not a game plan. It is, he's got it. That's what he said.
Yeah. And that's,
And I think we'll get some more. I think we'll get some more clarification on Thursday. I mean, I know I'm probably not the only one. I mean, you guys are curious too. I'm sure when Hunter gets up for that press conference that we'll be able to ask, hey, what is this significant financial investment? Can you go into some details here, and maybe he can break it down with some of the numbers. I think that Hunter might be able to do that. Hopefully he will, because that might answer some of the questions that we all have. Because the biggest thing about this hire, whoever it was, right, Ryan Silverfield, Alex Golish, Kane Womack, whoever it was, if they did not have the financials, he's not going to succeed, right? But if they are given the financial backing, you have a lot better chance of succeeding right off the bat, especially in the SEC.
Absolutely. And this is when you need to make that impression. Let's squeeze in Steve. Steve, good afternoon. Welcome to Drive Time Sports.
Well, lady and gentlemen, I'm going to be hold off on my how I feel about the coach now.
I think a lot of folks should.
The
Give the man a
big
chance.
thing I want is what he's already doing. He has gone into Central Arkansas and started getting those good athletes. And also, I don't want to hear no more, they're bigger, stronger, and faster. They were not bigger, stronger, and faster. Because Saturday, when that big defensive lineman had a Missouri running back in a bear hug, and he got out. I'm like, what is this? But I like the fact that he said we want players with high grade point averages. So that's all I got, guys.
Thank you, Steve.
They get all football IQ.
All right, real quick, Courtney, before we let you go, your thoughts, Duke, Arkansas, basketball, Friday night, your thoughts.
Yeah, I think really quickly, guys, I'll just say this. I mean, Duke, we all knew Duke was going to be a battle, and that was going to be a tough game for Arkansas. And I don't think I say this, it's still early on in the season for these guys. There are things that they can build off of going forward. I don't think you should hit the panic button just yet, just because they lost to Duke. I don't think you should. I do also think, a lot of people go, well, Duke's getting all these calls. They're getting all these calls. That's what playing Duke is like, okay? That's just the way it is, okay, when you play Duke. But I thought they played, they held in there, they hung in there with a really, really talented team. I think they have an opportunity to show really, really what this team can do Wednesday night against Louisville and hopefully get a win over a ranked opponent.
Fox 60.
#1 sports app, Bet Saracen.
Joe, you know the main difference between Bet Saracen and those other guys?
Definitely. Easier to navigate. Always good parlays. Plus lots of fun choices. Like ping pong. Right there on the app.
But the real difference are those special promos.
Brand new players get a 100% profit boost just for downloading the Bet Saracen app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-GAMBLER.
Arkansas Municipal Equipment in Poen, founded over a decade ago by Daniel and Vanessa Ellison. They lease and sell trucks, trash carts, roll-off dumpsters, and street sweepers. Proud to be Arkansas's only authorized dealer for New Way refuse trucks and Timco street sweepers, your authorized dealer for Galfab roll-off and hook lift trucks. You can get parts and service for all makes and models with technicians traveling the state to take care of you.
AME, it's the
Joe Nichols joins Morning Mayhem each week, presented by ShowerUnitedRock.com.
We hope you and your family have a happy and safe holiday season. KABZ FM, Little Rock. Buzz News with KARK's Gary Burton Jr.
The Arkansas Department of Transportation is gearing up for the potential wintry mix. RDOT says this is a tricky first system of the season, with freezing rain arriving during the morning rush instead of snow that melts in the sun. But crews are already coming in, checking equipment and loading salt at the 12 districts across the state. RDOT says more than 600 trucks statewide are ready to hit the road, with crews applying rock salt again this morning. They are asking drivers to take it slow and keep an eye on the iDrive map for updated road conditions. And the Powerball jackpot is now at one of the biggest jackpots of the year at $740 million. One player in Florida did walk away with $1 million after matching the 5 white balls, but no red Powerball. Remember, you can't win if you don't play. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm KARK's Gary Burton Jr.
Are you still on the sidelines? Then it's time you suit up and get in the game. Download Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app, Bet Saracen, today.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center.
Winter weather is expected Monday with freezing rain and sleet, as well as cold rain possible. Multiple rounds through the day that could make travel treacherous, especially on bridges and overpasses. Use caution on the roadways. Ice accumulations up to 1/10 of an inch are possible. System will clear out by Tuesday. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Jenna Warner.
Are you hungry? Something new, $25, all you can eat, sushi rolls, soup, salad, Benihana rice. Come at Benihana's Monday through Thursday.
Mike Rowe here with a name everyone should know, Groundworks. The foundation and crawl space repair experts are coming soon to Little Rock. So if you've got a musty crawl space or cracks in your walls, these are the guys to call. And right now, Groundworks is hiring for all positions. If you're looking for a career, Groundworks is the place to do it. You can go from installer to foreman in under a year and become an owner of the company you work for. Apply now at groundworks.com/careers.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Hey folks, this is Mitch Ward, proudly serving the great state of Arkansas with Red River Auto Group for over 20 years. We started as Arkansas's #1 Ram Dodge Chrysler Jeep dealer, but we've also got Ford and Toyota. And I like to think we've got the largest discounts than anybody in the state. But folks, really, if you bring us any reasonable deal right now, we're going to try to put something together. If that means us giving a little too much for your trade or selling ours for just a little too cheap or fighting for the best rate, we're going to make it happen. Check us out at redriverauto.com.
Tis the season for winning at Saracen, featuring a gorgeous red Corvette Stingray. Play your favorite slots or table games to be included in this month's drawing for a Corvette Stingray.
Red Corvette and more. Red Corvette Stingray. That's what Christmas means to me, my love. Oh, yeah.
Play all December to win a red Corvette Stingray and Merry Christmas from Saracen Casino.
Gambling problem? Call 800-GAMBLER.
All right, folks, it's that time of year. It's cold outside, which means it's time for court sports. We're talking tennis, pickleball, basketball, all those sports that you can play indoors. Don't let nagging pain affect your ability to enjoy your sports time. QC Kinetics is here to help. QC Kinetics here in Little Rock is going to help you build your body's comeback story, powered by the very cells that built you in the first place. No surgery, no pain pills, no long recovery. Just your body remembering how to feel alive again. With QC Kinetics, healing is within reach. And guess what? Those sports I was mentioning earlier are a bit more fun when you're performing well and you're winning. QC Kinetics will help you get back to those winning ways. Schedule your free consultation today. It's a great time to do it, to use your HSA and FSA for treatments. Call 501-214-5880. That's 501-214-5880. Call QC Kinetics to schedule your free consultation today.
The electric cooperative's got its start lighting Arkansas, and we continue to meet that demand with every resource we can deliver. We're powering your life where you live every single day through one of 17 local cooperatives, each unique, always united, and in your community. Our mission? To provide reliable, affordable, and responsible power to every corner of Arkansas. It's the local hometown cooperative way, because we're better connected together. The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas.
Proudly serving Little Rock and the surrounding areas, All About Tire and Brake Tire Pros is your trusted one-stop shop for all your automotive needs. We know that tire needs and auto repair services can be stressful and unplanned, but at All About Tire and Brake Tire Pros, we offer fast and simple financing for everyone. Whether you're looking for new tires or any kind of auto repair, we have your financing needs covered. Visit us in Mapleville or Little Rock today, or online at allabouttireandbrake.com. Tire Pros. Love the drive.
For the next couple of months, I've decided to start signing my name, Craig Genesis O'Neill. Why? Because Genesis of Conway has their big signature event going on now. You visit and pick out your Genesis, GV70, GV80, or G70, and the greatest car you've ever been in will be yours for 1.99% interest for 60 months. Then it's your signature that proves what they say. Genesis of Conway, the future of luxury today.
Arkansas Municipal Equipment presents Coach Nolan Richardson when he joins Drive Time Sports every week with Rollin' with Nolan. Arkansas Municipal Equipment in Bowen. Find them online at ametrucks.com.
Live from the Eat My Catfish studios, it's time for Arkansas's #1 collar-driven sports show. It's Drive Time Sports on the Buzz Radio Network with your hosts, Randy Rainwater and Rick Schaeffer. Lock it in and get ready to dial us up. Drive Time Sports is on the air.
Hour number 2 of Drive Time Sports on the Buzz Radio Network. Rick Schaeffer standing by in Northwest Arkansas. I'm Randy Rainwater from the capital city.
Ray Tucker on Drive Time Sports is brought to you by Courtney Buick GMC. And now, Trey Biddy is brought to you by Crain Hyundai, Arkansas's #1 Hyundai dealer, and Genesis of Conway, Arkansas's only Genesis dealer. Genesis of Conway, the future of luxury today. Now, here's Trey Biddy.
Good afternoon, Trey.
Hey, guys.
Where do you want to begin? Do you even want to talk about the Missouri game?
No.
Okay.
I forgot it was even Monday.
Yeah.
It feels like Tuesday because everything happened. So much happened on a Monday. Yeah.
That's right.
I've been kind of confused all day.
So where do you want to begin?
The game was the last thing I thought you would ask me about.
Well, I'm sorry. I thought I'd go ahead and get that formality out of the way. All right, where do you want to begin?
Well, Ryan Silverfield.
Okay, let's start there.
Wait, who?
Yeah, I know. Surprised. Yeah. Well, Silverfield, I think, obviously it was a big surprise on Sunday when that news came out. I think we were all expecting Alex Golesh, and the reaction from fans was wild. I think maybe the last time I saw fans so unitedly outraged, maybe when Lane Kiffin, I guess, when that fell through before. But for Arkansas fans, I think that the thing you have to think about is like they had. It's almost like they lost a game and they didn't even play a game, on top of losing a game and finishing a season 2-10. But you almost get like the feeling like they felt like they lost the game because when Florida went out of the Lane Kiffin sweepstakes, and then you've got them going after John Sumrall, and then you've got Auburn shifting from Sumrall to Golesh, and then Arkansas shifting from Golesh to Silverfield. It just kind of made you feel like you were last and fourth in the pecking order, which they were. And you also get told from a national media standpoint that this is the odds-on favorite of who you're going to hire. This is the guy that you're going to hire. Right out of the gate, 3 months ago, Ryan Silverfield, odds-on favorite. And that's the guy who ends up getting hired. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, instead of this moment where you're just like, we're going to show you, we're not who you think we are and all this kind of stuff, you end up with a guy that they told you that you are. And I think that was a large part of the outrage. And I think a lot of it was stemmed more towards Hunter Yurachek than to Silverfield necessarily, but I think a combination of all those factors. So, I think that was the initial reaction. And today we've seen kind of things shift a little bit. People settle down. Here's the reality of it, guys. Silverfield has just as good a chance at winning here at Arkansas as any of the other guys that were mentioned among the G5 coaches. It's like, no, it's not the day that you wanted with the big celebration and stuff of like splash hire, can't believe it. Although I think all that stuff was really poorly handled with him, arriving at the airport to zero fanfare whatsoever. Or, it was just kind of like a passing deal. But, he has as good a chance of winning here as some of the other guys. And if you want to look at some of the most recent hires in the SEC and, who's a Grand Slam hire and who's not and stuff, like, just a few years ago, what's Hugh Freeze doing right now? What's Billy Napier doing right now? What's Brian Kelly doing right now?
Counting money.
You know what I mean? Like,
fishing with lots of money. They have lots of money to go
likely
fishing.
To get fired.
Yeah.
All likely to get fired. Every single guy that we're talking about, Golesh, Sumrall, Silverfield, and whoever else, there's a pretty decent chance that they're all going to get fired here within the next 5 years. And that's college football this day and age. Once we get past the initial shock of like the hire and all that stuff, I mean, I can make out his resume, and make him seem like he's the best hire ever. I can make him seem like he's way better than all those guys. I could do the same thing and cherry pick stuff and make the same thing for Golesh or for Sumrall or any of those guys. I can make them. I can sit here and tell you Ryan Silverfield's 5-0 against Eric Morris and Alex Golesh. But then I could also have to say that North Texas and South Florida weren't in the same kind of situation, I guess, that he was at at Memphis, spending a lot more money, having a better roster and stuff. So, but anyway, I think the most important thing, and I talked to Ryan Silverfield today. He called me today, and it wasn't an interview really. I asked him 3 interview questions, and then after that, it was just kind of getting to know him and him getting to know me, which he knew a little bit about me already from Kyle Parkinson. But I'll say this about him, just because you're a nice guy, it doesn't mean that you're going to be a good football coach. But you do get the vibe that the guy is really a nice guy, genuine person, good person. I think so. That's something at least. But I'm interested to see on Thursday. I think we'll find out a little bit more about the financial state of things. I think that's obviously very important. It's important as anything if Arkansas can be supported financially. And obviously we saw a little taste of things as things shifted with getting 3 commitments, and there's more to come. There's got a pretty good source on that there's more to come. So stay on the lookout for that, I guess.
Good start. Excellent start so far for Ryan Silverfield. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's talk with Drew. Drew, good afternoon. You have a question or comment for Trey?
Hey, guys. Well, y'all know the drum that I've been beating the last couple of weeks as far as Petrino goes, but I heard his interview this morning as well, and I do echo Trey's sentiments. Does seem to be a family man. He's well spoken, so I enjoyed listening to his interview. But have any of y'all seen the stat that's been floating around social media today that, he inherited that 12-win team and then went 12-20 against teams above 500?
Oh,
Yeah,
I've seen all those, for sure.
Yeah, we can absolutely talk about that. I mean, and you would have to say that was a tougher AAC. I mean, you had SMU in there, and yeah, there's no question.
So,
I mean, they're
my
like, if
question
you look at his projected wins versus the outcomes, there's absolutely he hasn't won as much as he was projected to.
Well, the reason I say that is, of course, I'm beating a dead horse here, I know, guys, but what if y'all guys had to just give your best guess of the people that made this decision? I don't think it was your checks alone, but what do they see in hiring a guy like this, which only time will tell if it's a good hire or not, fairly, over Petrino and giving him a defense? Because what I'm really concerned about is, guys, I spent $2,500 this year, and I know that's not a candle to what some people spend, just on Razorback tickets watching the product that was on the field. And it was a terrible product. This does not make me want to buy tickets.
Yeah, I think Bobby would have been an easier sell overall had he won some games. I think that going, what was his final record as coach?
0-7. Oh, well.
0-7.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think going 0-7 really hurt him. And then some of the manners,
Thank you, Drew,
which they lost, feeling like, coming out of halftime, Arkansas was really bad on offense, and not all games, but a lot of them. The way they lost the Auburn game, none of those things helped them. And I'm not sitting here saying, I was sitting there rooting for Bobby Petrino right there with everybody else. I mean, I wanted a full circle, put a bow on this kind of thing, and Bobby Petrino come back and be the head coach. I mean, what a story. And I've had a lot of confidence in Petrino, and I don't think it's fair to lump everything that happened on him this season. But I think a big part of the issues with Arkansas was quarterback. I just don't think him and Talon were a good match. For his intensity level, how he treats players and coaches players, and maybe how Talon kind of took some of that stuff. I think there have been quarterbacks here in the past under him that can take that a little bit better than Talon did. And so, I feel like Talon just kind of regressed throughout the season, and that was part of what hurt Bobby Petrino's chances at Arkansas. But I think that now you see a fairly even split of people that be like, I honestly think I'm ready to see Arkansas move on and start fresh. And I think that includes a lot of people up there at the University of Arkansas. I think, new recruiting department, new coaches, just a new attitude. And yeah, do I think, and I'll say this is talking with Silverfield today. I know for a fact that he was heavily involved with UCLA and Oklahoma State. And he told me today that he turned down other job offers. That's what he said, offers. So I don't know if he's talking about being offered the UCLA job, being offered the Oklahoma State job, but this wasn't a guy that nobody else wanted. I mean, there was other teams that were interested, but he had said, he always had his eye on the Arkansas job for a lot of the same reasons that any of us think that Arkansas has a chance to be successful because of it being, the main show in town. And I mean, there is potential at Arkansas, especially I think in this new model. But what I also would say stands out to me is just the language that they've used about financial support. And I want to know more about that. I want to know where they are with that, because that is just as important to me as this hire that's been made. And I would probably, if you were telling me, Trey, you got to put your money on this or that, I think he's probably going to end up being a better coach than the last two guys, and that's not a high bar, I guess, than the last two, Chad Morris especially. But I do think it's going to get better. But I understand, and I'm right there, I understand the frustration with Arkansas fans with a 3-month coaching search and feeling like, ending up with a guy that odds makers said was the most likely guy to end up at Arkansas.
All right, Trey, he did meet with this team on Sunday.
Yes.
Do you know, has there been any early indications on who might be going, who might be staying?
Yeah,
one particular place, one particular player that I'm hoping is staying is KJ Jackson, obviously.
Yeah, I'd like to see Jackson stay. I would also like to see them bring in somebody that can really compete with him, somebody that you feel like, this guy is a real competitor for the spot. Maybe a guy that started somewhere else. That would be nice. But yeah, that is something I plan. I want to look farther into his past relationships with potential hires. I want to look at a little farther into the players on this roster who I think would be good to keep, important to keep, and not to say I want to see people kick rocks and go, but I think you start with a guy like Quincy Rhodes on the defensive line. He's a guy that has an NFL future, I would think, after the season that he had. And he's eligible. He's a true junior, so he could go if he wanted to. So I think that's a guy that you look at potentially trying to keep on board. Bradley Shaw, I think, at linebacker. I think some other, Wyatt Simmons, obviously, some other younger linebackers. In the secondary, maybe Shelton. I would really have to dive deep into the secondary and say this is a guy you need to keep, but probably going to be younger players, with promise, I guess. On the offensive line, I think that there are a lot of guys that you would like to consider keeping, from Caden Kittler at center to Kobe Branham, Amarian Harris, Shaq McCroy, Gavian Browsard, so those young guys, Cash Courtney, Blake Cherry, Lionel Prudhomme, there are some guys, like when we get to the offensive side of the ball, we start talking a little more, yeah, that'd be a good guy to probably keep on. Jaden Platt at tight end, some of the wide receiver options too, Courtney Crutchfield is maybe a guy that has a lot of potential, maybe starting to come on a little bit there at the end. So I think that there are going to be a number of guys on offense, but also there's not a lot of guys that I would lose just a ton of sleep over leaving. I do think it's good that he has, and this is another thing, it was a vicious cycle that Sam Pittman got involved in with the transfer portal. Maybe it was just the timing of it all, but having to rely so heavily on the transfer portal that they were not able to invest in high school recruiting. You look at this recruiting class in the state, you look at the top 10, and the two guys that were committed to Arkansas are guys who committed to Arkansas from outside the state and moved into Arkansas. One Prevost moving into, I think, Bentonville, and Lockett moving into to Conway. I mean, those guys were in Texas and in California. And those are the only 2 commitments from inside the state that you had until today. And you added 3, and I think more are coming. I think there's going to be more. So it's good to kind of have that fresh start, and you can look and say, let's build some through recruiting. But for Arkansas to have success long term, people point to this like, you build through the high school ranks and you get recruits, and so that's how the best teams do it. Well, Arkansas is not Georgia. They don't have access to elite talent like that. So yes, build some through the high school ranks, but you can get guys out of the transfer portal who are younger players. It doesn't have to be like we're bringing in these seniors again. These guys are one and dones here. Shaq McCroy's a redshirt freshman. There are guys you can go out and get who are younger players in the transfer portal that you might have had a harder time getting out of high school. But the thing is, you have to be funded. You have to have your revenue sharing, and you have to have NIL in place to be able to go out and get those guys. It's a better model, I think, for Arkansas, as frustrated as we are with it. So that's got to build this roster up. Got to get a notable defensive coordinator. But as we said, did we say this? I don't even know if we said this, but maybe I said it with Justin Acree in the morning. I mean, everything is running together for me. I keep thinking it's Tuesday, but I wouldn't trade like Quincy Rhodes individually. I love Cam Ball. I think he brings a lot to the table as far as he's out of eligibility, but as a leader for the team and stuff. But like if we're talking about units, I would trade this Arkansas defense in a heartbeat for Memphis's. I mean,
yeah, oh yeah, no doubt,
not even close.
Yeah.
So, I do think that there's a pretty big opportunity to upgrade in that regard.
And there may be a few players that come from Memphis with him too. Not that you should ever encourage that, but it could happen. And he says he recruited about a third of the players that are on the Arkansas roster. So he's going to have some relationships to start with. But I like that he's flipping players. And Trey, now, am I not correct? You can have 105 scholarship players next year. So why not take some 3-star players from Arkansas and say, hey, we're gonna develop you, and you don't have to help us next year. We just want you here because you're from Arkansas. Yeah, and then in a couple of years, we might see them. Can they not do that now?
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, you think you know how something's going to be, and you never really do until it passes. But why can't we encourage the Memphis players to come?
I'm not saying not encourage them. I just am not that in favor of that when a coach leaves and bringing players with him to school. I just don't like that. But if they come because, hey, we came for him and you get a few of them, okay, I'm okay with that. I'm sure that North Texas State wants to take his quarterback with him to Oklahoma State. I'm sure that's part of the deal.
So, and I've traditionally been with you, Rick, but
I know it's changed. I know,
and I just think that we're not dirty enough. We're not.
Well, and by the same token, the new Memphis coach may not want him. So yeah, I get it.
But I'm just saying, you look through, a buddy of mine the other day is like, we're just cursed, and I just wanted to know why. What is it? What did we do that we're cursed? Because I look down, I like using Winspedia. You guys use that. You can see, past matchups. You can see how Arkansas fared against other opponents. I look down the list and I look at Auburn versus Arkansas, Winspedia, and I'm looking as okay, well, there's a vacated wins for Auburn. You look at Ole Miss, there's vacated wins against Arkansas for Ole Miss. Yeah. Look at Missouri, vacated. Alabama, vacated. Why? They were cheating. They were caught cheating. Yeah. Arkansas does not have any vacated wins against anybody, and virtually every other school in the SEC has vacated wins.
I still like that, though.
And
I like that. That's better to have integrity. Yeah.
Is it?
Yes.
I'm not sure it is anymore.
Yes. In the long run,
not if you want to win football games in this model. But what I'm saying, though, is why are we the ones that are cursed? If we're the ones with integrity that do things the right way, everything the SEC does screws over Arkansas. Every decision that they make, from the 2020 COVID, everything that Greg Sankey has been there, I feel like is is just what are you going to do about it, Arkansas? Tough. I've even heard, allegedly, I've even heard that Arkansas didn't really want to play that game against LSU in 2020 and was basically told you got to. You don't have any choice. Forcing Arkansas to play Georgia and Florida, a team that hadn't won an SEC game in forever that year.
Yeah.
If you really want to go back and look at some of the scheduling stuff that Arkansas has been hit with, and then even this year, they're not worried about you, Arkansas. They're just not, and we just take it because we got Keckert.
All right, Trey, we will talk with you tomorrow. That is Trey Biddy. HawgSports.com being brought to you by Crain Hyundai and Genesis of Conway. Drive Time Sports will continue in a moment.
Want to get in on the conversation? Shoot us a text at the D3 Auto Sales text line at 501-614-1037. D3 Auto Sales in Desart, the #1 independent dealer in the state with the best prices and largest selection on pre-owned vehicles, including leveled and lifted trucks. Find them on Facebook. Whether it's football, baseball, or basketball, from high school to the pros, hit us up on the D3 Auto Sales text line.
Hi, it's Frank Fletcher from the Fletcher Dodge store here in Sherwood. Folks, if you're shopping for a new car or truck, I hope you'll come see us and give us a chance to earn your business. We have huge discounts, 0% financing available, and we'll give you $1,000 over Kelly Blue Book value for your trade-in. Folks, I guarantee you a hassle-free buying experience. And if you've had credit problems in the past, listen to this. We have an easy pre-approval process. Just go to FletcherCredit.com to get started. You can be pre-approved in minutes. It's really not hard. FletcherCredit.com. Folks, we're also still buying cars every day. If you got an old car or truck you want to turn into cash, bring it to Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood and ask for Chris or Andy. Shop Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood before you buy anywhere else. Shop in person or shop online at FletcherDeals.com. Thank you.
Car wreck? Call Rainwater Holt in Sexton. 888-8888. 8 for a fast response. 8 for results. 8 for Arkansas.
Anywhere in the state, dial 8.
888-8888.
Responsible attorneys Michael Rainwater and Bob Sexton.
Arkansas Bradley pontificate on Bet Saracen.
People ask me, what do basketball players know about football? What say you, Joe?
I explained that anyone can run up and down a grass field with a screw-shaped ball, but it takes finesse to strategically launch a basketball from long distances at an 18-inch diameter steel hoop.
Dang, Joe, you sure are smart.
Gambling problem? Call 800-GAMBLER.
Looking for your next ride? Come on down to Hubbard Power Sports, your local, family-owned Can-Am and Sea-Doo dealer. We've got the latest and greatest Can-Am ATVs, side-by-sides, and spiders to power your weekend fun. And right now, get up to $3,500 off in rebates, plus in-store discounts, or financing as low as 0.99% on select models. Whether you're hitting the trails, working the land, or cruising in style, we've got what you never even knew you needed. On the road, on the water, or in the trails, we've got the ride for you.
This is Pat Bradley, and I used to get excited about shooting 200 jumpers a day. Now I'm excited about 200 items at the Wood Grill Buffet in Benton. They got lots of fresh veggies, huge salad bar, 30 different meats, and dozens of hot side dishes. Also the biggest dessert bar that even has a chocolate fountain. With the holidays here, you can pig out. Plus, you can reserve one of their private rooms for holiday parties or order through their catering for holiday meals at your home. They're open Thursday through Sunday for lunch and dinner. The Wood Grill Buffet at the Congo exit in Benton. Comfort food at its finest.
Razorback legend Darren McFadden joins Morning Mayhem on 103.7 The Buzz each week this football season to give his insights on what's happening in the world of football. DMAC is brought to you by the Hatcher Agency, the home of outrageous service.
Now, back to Drive Time Sports, live from the Eat My Catfish studios. Eat fresh, eat local, eat my catfish. You're in hog heaven. This is Drive Time Sports, a presentation of the Buzz Radio Network.
Welcome back to Drive Time Sports. You're on the Buzz Radio Network. Rick Schaeffer, Ray Tucker. I'm Randy Rainwater. In a moment, we'll be joined by the Patrick Bradley, thanks to Bet Saracen. I want to talk to you about Benihana because tonight, well, the rest of today and tonight, and then all day tomorrow, and actually this goes on through Thursday. It's all you can eat for $25. It's a Monday through Thursday special. And Benihana is open for both lunch and dinner. So for $25, this is what you get a chance to sample. Soup, the salad, the famous rice with chicken and garlic butter, a full menu of sushi rolls, all you can eat for $25. If you priced a lot of these individually and not in this $25 package deal, you're going to pay a lot more for it, especially if you went back for seconds or maybe thirds. So, make a reservation now. This is where, when I say where, 371-9000, this is where at Benihana you can maximize your value with the best food anywhere. And remember that quality service comes first, and they will not be surpassed in that type of service. Chefs are very entertaining. There's no question about that. Great entertainment for the kids. Love it watching those chefs do their thing. But the food is what will bring you back. That is $25, all you can eat, Monday through Thursday, lunch and dinner at Benihana in the Wyndham Hotel in North Little Rock. Make it now. Make that reservation now. And you will certainly not regret that decision. All right, let's do this. Let's just go ahead and give Raymond another attaboy.
Ray Tucker on Drive Time Sports is brought to you by Courtney Buick GMC. Pat Bradley on Drive Time Sports is brought to you by Bet Saracen, the #1 sports betting app in Arkansas. Download it today and start winning today with Bet Saracen.
Patrick!
Gentlemen, how we doing?
I know you're saying, are we ready for some basketball? How about some football right now?
Well, it's I can't remember an off season like this, and then all of a sudden Kentucky gets rid of my buddy Mark Stoops, and I'm just over
He's
here
your buddy?
spinning.
Now is Mark Stoops your
great
buddy?
Great guy. He's unique in a sense of, I don't know if he did it every year, but certainly when he first got the job, he was the only SEC football coach you'd see at the SEC basketball tournament.
Really?
And
well, that's because he's from Kentucky.
Well, a lot of it is...
He may have been forced to be there.
Well, that's what I was going to say, because as you can imagine, probably all the big wigs at boosters of Kentucky are going to be at the SEC tournament.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a good opportunity for him to hobnob with them. But did a good job. 13 years. Obviously, he had some really good ones.
Well, if he's your buddy, Pat, if he's your buddy, he's got $38 million. He can take you with him on a great vacation. I mean, you can go on a great vacation with him, probably go around the world. He's got $38 million.
Pat's life is a vacation.
That's right. We'll have to wait until April, right, Raymond, after the hoop season.
So how would you like to be Kentucky after this weekend and the slots filled at Florida, Auburn, Arkansas, LSU, and Ole Miss has named somebody their permanent coach now, the defensive coordinator. So, and now here's Kentucky.
Yeah,
what do you have to choose from?
Right, exactly. I mean, they're going to hire somebody, that's for sure, and it's going to be obviously the last two seasons weren't great for Kentucky football. But, you hope the challenge with Kentucky, if you believe the reports, is, where every school is the amount of money that goes to football is the majority. Kentucky, you got to battle against trying to get some of the NIL money from basketball.
Leftovers.
And that
they get leftovers.
Right. I forget the number. We could probably look at it quick, but I mean, it was just about flipped what everybody gets in football in the SEC. Kentucky gets in basketball in the SEC. If you can kind of wrap your head around that. So there's some challenges there, but you're in the SEC. I think you've got obviously a very, very big fan base in terms of people. But it is secondary, so it's a challenge. But
it's $22 million for basketball, $11 million for football.
No kidding. Really? Where'd you come up with that?
The internet.
Has to be true then.
Hey, the internet knows, right?
It has to be true.
Well, supposedly they are the highest paid basketball team in the country. Supposedly, I've read that.
Well, Rick, a lot of schools kind of benefited from before all this sort of salary cap thing was put into place. They went strong on building up, when there were no limits.
Yeah.
So, we'll see what happens. But
they were going strong before there was NIL.
Yeah, they were very strong.
What are you saying, Rick?
Interesting times in college football. It'll be it's. I guess we shouldn't be surprised at where we're at now, though, right? I mean, it's with everybody moving around and get some new faces. But I was listening to you guys earlier, and there are so many guys that are hyped up that it just never works out. When you think of, could be guys going from, Will Muschamp was at Florida, right? Then he went to South Carolina, or was that reversed?
Mm-mm.
But you could
went
go
Florida,
SEC
then South Carolina, wasn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Georgia's in there somewhere.
So,
but not as HC.
Yeah, correct.
Right. So and we've had hype coaches from smaller schools that don't work out and do work out.
Interesting, the James Madison coach that
went to UCLA.
Yeah, went to UCLA. This was a guy that supposedly was one of the front runners for the Penn State job. So now he's at UCLA.
This sounds crazy, and I have a hard time believing it, but I was listening to Rick Neuheisel and whoever he's on with this morning on a college show, and they suggested, because they kept asking, where is Penn State? Where is Penn State? Why is Penn State not doing anything? This is hard for me to even consider, but there was a suggestion that when Alabama's season's over, they're going to hire DeBoer. And I'm thinking, you'd leave Alabama for Penn State? Although Alabama's a hotbed. Let's say they lose the SEC championship game. 10-3 might be ready to go. 10-3 is just not good at Alabama, is it? Yeah. Now, that's hard for me to grasp, and that's somebody else's opinion. That's not mine. But you do think about Penn State as a giant. They fired Franklin fairly early, and you don't hear anything about them.
No.
Yeah,
and it's that quiet. It has been that quiet as well,
right.
Where there's just been no talk about Penn State.
Yeah.
Well, that's a tough job. I mean, Kalen DeBoer, he's in the SEC championship, but
yeah,
I mean, he's probably felt it from day one.
Oh, and they lost to Florida State in the opener. Don't you know? It took him weeks before people finally said, okay, looks like he's okay. He had to win a lot of games to get over that.
Right. There's probably a week that doesn't go by, though, that he's not reminded that he's not Nick Saban.
Yeah, that's probably true.
All right, gentlemen, we've got a couple of callers. Let's try to get to those. Let's talk to Joe. Joe, good afternoon. Welcome to Drive Time Sports.
Hey, guys. How y'all doing?
Very good.
The show.
Thank you, Joe.
I just wanted to say I'm a high school coach. I do the defensive backs at Palmville High School, and our year was kind of felt like a Razorback year. We were there most of the games, and then, towards the end, we'd run out of juice or, shoot ourselves on the foot. But, the overall effort with our kids was amazing, especially the adversity we had to face this year, going through a new school, having every game we had to play away. A lot of good athletes, work hard, and I truly believe if we start, doing more recruiting in the state, especially, towards Palmville Ferry in that area, to have more church builds and everything going in.
Mm-hmm.
We have one 3-star recruit right now that's looking at Georgia State, a couple of, 2 stars, that that are very, very capable of playing at the next level. On top of that, I think I heard talk about the new coach, how he wrote several letters to be a grad assistant, and he got 2 replies back. Did I hear that right?
Grad assistants?
I don't know that we've said anything about that. Maybe another show, but I don't know that one.
It may have been another show. Well, from what I hear and gather, with our new coach, I think it's going to be a great addition. I know he's got a lot to do coming in, but I'm feeling really good about it. A coach is going to work that hard and pursue, what he wants to do in life and dream is going to carry over to the players. Is what I truly believe. And I'm wishing the best for the Razorbacks. And again, I love the show, and I hope this next year on Friday nights we'll be calling in with the different scores for as far as where I'm at. But I really appreciate y'all's show, and I appreciate y'all.
Thank you, Joe. Good luck to you in your future pursuits. Let's talk with Paul. Paul, good afternoon. Welcome to Drive Time Sports.
How you doing?
Good.
Yeah, calling from Titletown, Greenwood. We have a heck of a quarterback over here.
Yeah, I think that'd be worth looking at. A young man by the name of Archer. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good stats. Undefeated, more touchdowns than incompletions. Never heard of that.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, I've generally been a Bobby Petrino fan, but look, his offense has, and it is his offense. I think Talon was brought here by Bobby, and I'm a big Talon fan. But his offense has died the second quarter.
Second half.
He does not appear.
Second half. Yeah, second half. Yeah.
And just, and you look at our stats, we would be number one in virtually everything if we could score in the second half.
Yeah.
We can't. And that's why we've lost.
Yeah.
Is not the defense, which is bad, but we lost because we can't score in the second half.
That's
and
right.
Bobby, been a fan, I'm willing to give somebody else a try, and this coach has got some good flips, more than Sam did. It's looking bright already. I'm not a Rick Schaeffer homer, but
You could be.
Said it to his face.
Could be.
Hey,
by the way, the last time Greenwood
Paul,
had a great
thank you.
quarterback that hadn't been recruited, Bobby Petrino came in and got him. So maybe this new coach will go get the one from Greenwood.
Tyler Wilson, who you're talking about.
That's right.
All right, Drive Time Sports will continue in a moment.
The Zone Hotline on 103.7 The Buzz is presented by Jim's Razorback Pizza with 2 locations, Highway 10 past Taylor Loop and just off the Morgan Maumelle exit.
You're leaving for work, but the garage door won't open. Is it the opener? Is it a broken spring? Now you're late and your car is trapped. Don't panic. It's easy to schedule a convenient same-day service with a trained technician from Overhead Door Company of Little Rock, the original Red Ribbon Garage Door Company trusted in Little Rock since 1967. Call 501-510-6399 or schedule online at overheaddooroflittlerock.com.
Honey, wake up. Santa's sleigh is on the roof.
Not a sleigh. It's a brand new Lincoln. And you can win your own during Southland Casino Hotel's Here Comes Santa promotion.
How do we win?
Earn entry starting November 1st to win your share of over $550,000 in free play and prizes. And don't forget the grand prize drawings on November 29th and December 27th to win a brand new Lincoln.
Come on, honey. Let's navigate to Southland.
Tell your friends about Here Comes Santa at Southland Casino Hotel. Must be 21 plus. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
Hi folks, it's Chris Zender here at Frank Fletcher Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sherwood. When you're in the market for a new Dodge Chrysler Jeep or Ram, we hope you give us a chance to earn your business. Here's some things to consider. Fletcher Dodge has been family-owned dealer here in Sherwood for over 25 years. We know how to take care of our customers to keep them coming back. Every Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram dealer pays the same price for their vehicles. It's the dealer that makes the difference. We'll give you the best deal up front. No haggling, no arguing. We make it easy to buy a new vehicle, and we'll pay you more for your trade-in. Compare our deal to anybody's, and you'll buy from us. Come see us today for the deal of a lifetime on new Dodge Chrysler Jeep or Ram. At Frank Fletcher Dodge, you'll always get the best price, the lowest finance rate, and more for your trade. And we promise you a hassle-free buying experience. We want to be your dealer for life. Shop Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood before you buy anywhere else. Just tell us what you're looking for and we'll make you a deal. Come see us in person at Fletcher Dodge on Warden Road in Sherwood or shop online at FletcherDeals.com.
We all know how busy our lives can be these days and how important our time and convenience is as well. And Edwards Food Giant knows that too. So that's why they're inviting you to take advantage of their Heat and Eat meal solution items in their deli department. Delicious Edwards Food Giant signature dishes along with a wide choice of entrees and sides, all ready for you to pick up and take home to serve your family tonight. The Heat and Eat meal solution is now at your favorite Central Arkansas Edwards Food Giant deli. This week's special is chicken pot pie for only $7.49 per pound with twice baked potatoes for $4.99 per pound.
It's a tough time. Injured, and it was not your fault. Hurts in the pocketbook, too. Who do you turn to? Don't call a lawyer and find they're out of state or talk with someone at a call center. Call us at the Brad Hendricks Law Firm and talk to a real Arkansas lawyer directly. And remember, the only place that success comes before work is in the dictionary. We'll work hard for you. Have for over 30 years. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Tradition, reputation, results.
Welcome back to Drive Time Sports, live from the Eat My Catfish studios, where it's much like any of the 7 Eat My Catfish locations, minus the always fresh, delicious food options like the family pack catfish dinners. Often imitated but never duplicated. This is Drive Time Sports with Randy Rainwater on the Buzz Radio Network.
Welcome back to Drive Time Sports on the Buzz Radio Network. Rick Schaeffer, Ray Tucker. I'm Randy Rainwater. In a moment, we'll be rejoined by the Pat Bradley, thanks to Bet Saracen. But Hogs Homes, what'd be neater, nicer than having a new home for the holidays? Now, you got to think of your time frame. If you buy one off the lot, they can probably have it set up, ready to roll in less than 2 weeks. If you order one, which you can custom design one, fit your exact needs, then you can maybe hope to have it by the December 25th. And I always say, let me just repeat what they say. If you can dream it, they can build it. And I've been looking at different floor plans. And by the way, you can do the same thing. This is a single wide. This is a 3-bedroom floor plan. The North Star. It's 16 by 80. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, galley-style kitchen. Features 8-foot ceilings, upgraded insulation, and stainless appliances. You know, it's also neat. And I'm not going to give you all the different dots and slash and all that other stuff, but you can actually take a virtual tour on the website. That's HawgShomes.net. And you can look at this one up close. See exactly if you need to make any modifications at all. The 4-bedroom, 2-bath floor plan, the Maggie, 32 by 84. That's a nice size home. Includes delivery, setup, concrete footing, air conditioning, vinyl skirting, ground cover vapor barrier, steps. 32 by 84, 4-bedroom, 2-bath, living room, and den. Folks, these floor plans start at $55 a square foot. So, you got 2 locations to choose from, Conway or Bryant. You can go look at all the different floor plans they have there on the ground, so to speak, and then make your choice. Why not celebrate these new holidays, this new year in a brand new home from Hogs Homes? Again, locations Conway and Bryant, or go online at HawgShomes.net.
Pat Bradley on Drive Time Sports is brought to you by Bet Saracen, the #1 sports betting app in Arkansas. Download it today and start winning today with Bet Saracen.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting that this kind of fits in with what Joe had to say. This, according to our D3 Auto Sales Bus text line. This from the 501 says, firmly believe they'll have some so-called walk-ons show up now that We have a coach that wants Arkansas kids.
You can give them scholarships.
And I think that 105
you can put
is
105.
Now,
you can put 105. Why?
Help refresh me on this, Rick.
Yeah.
85 was the old number.
That's right.
And now, if I did at one time, those scholarships, that additional 20 scholarships they're going to add,
yeah,
can they be broken up? They don't have to all be.
I don't know. I don't know that one, but I do know that no, I don't think so, because I think 105 is your overall limit. I think that's what coaches were complaining about. They still wanted walk-ons, even if you had 105 on scholarship. You might want to say if you had 15 walk-ons, you have 120. But I think the way it's set up is 105 is your numbers limit. That's all you can have, but they can all be on scholarship. They don't have to be, but they can be.
I was thinking you could split up that extra 20 when they expanded, but maybe it doesn't matter.
You could, but it's still only 20.
Yeah.
In other words, you can't split them
No,
up.
no.
Bring in. You can't use 20 scholarships and split them in half, and you get 40 players.
Yeah, that's true.
You can give less than full scholarships, but 105 is still the max for your roster. I believe
that's
that's
you're
the
right.
way it's.
No, you're right about that. You're right. All right, let's talk with Angry. No, he won't. Let's talk with Boss.
That guy should never be angry.
No,
His team's still number one.
And
They
Boss
finally
shouldn't
beat
be
Michigan.
upset, and neither should Angry be upset.
He was angry because he was
angry Buckeye. He's always angry Buckeye, but he shouldn't be, because they just beat Michigan for the first time in 5 years. They're undefeated. They're number one. They're the defending national champions. Hey, put your anger somewhere else. Put it on something else.
All right, Patrick, let's get your thoughts. Let's get your analysis, since you're so good at that on the SEC network. Duke, Arkansas. I thought that little added physical aspect of the game, and Boozer really showed that physical aspect of the game, the way that he can kind of push off. Kind of learned that from Larry Bird, I guess. But
is that what he said, or just?
No, I'm just kidding there. I don't know if he did or not. Maybe his dad taught it to him. But I thought he got rather physical at times with Arkansas. I thought that was the ultimate difference in the game, was just the physicality. And I thought down the stretch, Arkansas got a little tired. I know you put a little extra effort when you're always trying to make up a deficit. But they had them so close. Arkansas had them so close there with about 4 minutes to go or 3 minutes to go, and just couldn't finish the deal.
Yeah, well, that when you're playing against the kid, not only is he going to be a top 5 pick in the NBA draft, but the impact that he has on the game because of his size and his strength is a lot different than potentially other guys that could be going in the top 5 this year. And he had that kind of game. I mean, that's just the kind of game that he had. It was that dominant. And again, we shot the ball well from the free throw line, but I just when I look at the Hogs, and obviously Duke had to rally to come back, and they finished the game better than the Hogs did. I think from what I remember reading, I think they didn't miss a shot at the end of the game. I think they were like 6 of 6 from the field and 5 of 5 from the free throw line. Again, the Hogs, their bread and butter, I think, is going to be getting to the free throw line, although they did make 10 threes. So it's just Duke finished the game better, and you could say that they had a guy that could do that. And if our guy is, you give the ball to Darius Acuff, obviously he can make a play. Malik Thomas, those guys are still learning, and it's just being able to finish. And I don't know, it seems like we've had a few games in the past 2 years where, I guess maybe I'm thinking of Texas Tech. Was that one of the games where you're feeling it slip away a little bit? You're feeling it slip away a little bit, and there's either going to be able to find somebody who can take over offensively, or you have to be able to just shut down another team defensively at the end of games until somebody emerges. So but we're talking about the number. They're currently the number 4 team in the country, in Duke, and they had one of their guys just absolutely have the best game of his career up to this point in college basketball. So it took that, and it was Chicago is Duke country. John Shire's from Chicago. Obviously,
okay.
Coach K is from Chicago.
Okay.
So Duke and Chicago have a very, very good relationship. I actually wish I went to that game. It looked like a lot of fun.
Probably was. Well, isn't it interesting, though, Pat? Arkansas was ranked, 15th or 16th, loses to Michigan State. Michigan State was ranked, I can't remember if they were just slightly above or slightly below Arkansas. Moved up. Duke was number 4. They beat Arkansas by, 6 or 7 points, and Arkansas drops 3 more in the rankings. If you lose to number 4, why should you drop a bunch? Not that it matters at this point, but when you're in the top 25, you still get every night, anytime you play, you're on TV. And they get a chance against number 6 Wednesday, so I guess they could move up if they win that game.
Rick, it's the wildest thing. I think that the Hogs, like if you hear people nationally, they have them as some people have them as like an Elite 8, Final 4 type team, and some of them have. I was listening to the conversation. I'll tell you after about 2 former head coaches. One has them out in the first round or the second round. It's just this team is all over the map for some reason.
All right, hang tight, Patrick. Hour number 3 coming up in a moment. Pat Bradley, thanks to Bet Saracen. Ray Tucker, Rick Schaeffer, I'm Randy Rainwater.
50 years, you get really good at it. Like Helen here. She's been knitting for over 50 years. Using her needles and yarn, she can knit a working moped, a Civil War-era cannon, even a life-size version of the Arc de Triomphe. Amazing stitch, Helen. We're a lot like Helen Knitting, except we do it with insurance. Williamson Insurance with Auto Owners Insurance, protecting your business and your family for over 50 years.
Arkansas Roundballers Big Joe Klein and Pat Bradley pontificate on Bet Saracen.
People ask me, what do basketball players know about football? What say you, Joe?
I explained that anyone can run up and down a grass field with a screwy-shaped ball, but it takes finesse to strategically launch a basketball from long distances at an 18-inch diameter steel hoop.
Dang, Joe, you sure are smart.
Yep. Gambling problem? Call 800-GAMBLER.
Catch the Buzz on all our social media platforms, presented by Luxury.
103.7 The Buzz, your world champions of sports radio.
Don't get me wrong.
KABZ Little Rock. Buzz News with KARK's Gary Burton Jr.
The Arkansas Department of Transportation is gearing up for the potential wintry mix. RDOT says this is a tricky first system of the season, with freezing rain arriving during the morning rush instead of snow that melts in the sun. But crews are already coming in, checking equipment and loading salt at the 12 districts across the state. RDOT says more than 600 trucks statewide are ready to hit the road, with crews applying rock salt again this morning. They are asking drivers to take it slow and keep an eye on the iDrive map for updated road conditions. And the Powerball jackpot is now at one of the biggest jackpots of the year at $740 million. One player in Florida did walk away with $1 million after matching the 5 white balls, but no red Powerball. Remember, you can't win if you don't play. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm KARK's Gary Burton Jr.
If you don't already have the Bet Saracen Sports Wager app, download it today from the app stores or go to BetSaracen.com. Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports betting app.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center.
Winter weather is expected Monday with freezing rain and sleet as well as cold rain possible. Multiple rounds through the day that could make travel treacherous, especially on bridges and overpasses. Use caution on the roadways. Ice accumulations up to 1/10 of an inch are possible. System will clear out by Tuesday. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Jenna Warner.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
Hey folks, this is Mitch Ward, proudly serving the great state of Arkansas with Red River Auto Group for over 20 years. We started as Arkansas's #1 Ram Dodge Chrysler Jeep dealer, but we've also got Ford and Toyota. And I like to think we've got the largest discounts than anybody in the state. But folks, really, if you bring us any reasonable deal right now, we're going to try to put something together. If that means us giving a little too much for your trade or selling ours or just a little too cheap or fighting for the best rate, we're going to make it happen. Check us out at redriverauto.com.
Hey folks, Roger Scott here for Alcoa Community Federal Credit Union. Fall is in the air, which means football and hunting season. If you are wanting a new ATV or side-by-side for hunting, or you're wanting to upgrade your duck boat, or how about a new RV or camper, Alcoa Community FCU has got you covered with a low-rate fund loan. If you live, work, or worship in any of the 15 counties in Central Arkansas, then you're eligible to take advantage of this great offer. Apply today at alcoacommunityfcu.org.
This is the Pigskin Preacher, bringing you the word. While the world is moving at breakneck speed for 11 months of the year, there's something different about December. The knowledge that 2,000 years ago that the baby Jesus was born in Bethlehem continues to impact the world in game-changing ways. The rise of education, hospitals, charities, etc., all were inspired by this babe. Even as our calendar pivots on his birth, 'tis the season is our opportunity to extend kindness, service, and sacrifice to those in need in his name. Doublebees wishes each of you a Merry Christmas. May your holidays be filled with family, friends, food, and the knowledge that God so loved the world that he gave us his only begotten Son. From all your friends at Doublebees, Merry Christmas.
Millions of fans agree. This Christmas tradition rocks. Trans-Siberian Orchestra, live in concert, presenting The Ghost of Christmas Eve, the best of TSO and more. December 4th, Simmons Bank Arena. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Don't miss this season's most exciting concert experience. Trans-Siberian Orchestra, produced by Live Nation.
Hey, get in. What? Who are you? I'm future you. Constipation with belly pain still coming back? Yeah. Mia, our doctor figured it out. She said it's irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, and Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
We all plan to be on time, but fender benders, damaged windshields, and slick roads quickly disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design personal protection plans that work for you and help keep you on track. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
See Shelter agents Nick Gennardi, Daniel Vickers, or Becky Bradley in Sherwood today.
Live from the Eat My Catfish studios, it's time for Arkansas's #1 caller-driven sports show. It's Drive Time Sports on the Buzz Radio Network with your hosts, Randy Rainwater and Rick Schaeffer. Lock it in and get ready to dial us up. Drive Time Sports is on the air.
Hour number 3 of Drive Time Sports on the Buzz Radio Network. Rick Schaeffer standing by in Northwest Arkansas. I'm Randy Rainwater from the capital city.
Ray Tucker on Drive Time Sports is brought to you by Gwatney Buick GMC. Pat Bradley on Drive Time Sports is brought to you by Bet Saracen, the #1 sports betting app in Arkansas. Download it today and start winning today with Bet Saracen.
And before we get back to Patrick, if your business isn't banking with First Security Bank, you need to give them a look. Their business banking product is packed with valuable benefits, such as free online banking with free bill pay, business check line, business visa, business debit card, direct deposit payroll services, safe deposit box, retirement services, commercial account analysis. These are just a few of the many benefits your business will enjoy with a business banking account at First Security. But it's more than just great products. At First Security, it's all about providing a better relationship. They'll sit down with you over a cup of coffee just to learn more about your business needs. So give them a chance to earn your business. Bank better with a business checking account at First Security Bank. Because at First Security, their bottom line is making your business better. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, only in Arkansas. That's First Security Bank. And let's see, Patrick, we were talking about...
Before you go any further, though, Randy,
yes.
Another commitment. Anthony Kennedy did flip from Miami to the University of Arkansas, just announced. So that's 4 flips today. How about that? You know, this could be a new TV series, Flipper.
It's an old TV series.
Oh, okay.
Make it a great rerun, if nothing else. Yeah.
They call them flippers.
Keep
flippers.
running it back over and over
That's
again.
right.
Where did he transfer from? Flip from?
He was going to go to Miami. He's big defensive lineman at Little Rock Central. So Arkansas has gained players flipping from Missouri, Oklahoma. One guy who had already decommitted because of Ole Miss losing a coach, or Oklahoma State committing a coach too, and then I guess Missouri, Oklahoma, and Miami flips.
That's big.
Yep,
That's big.
Good. Yeah, right.
And especially on that defensive line.
You're talking about flipper, and that's a dolphin, and it is silver, so it'd be a silver field.
Ooh. Ooh. I wanted to mention this. Okay.
Already previous relationships that they had with these.
Well, that's interesting because some of these kids have been recruited at one time by Memphis.
Yeah.
Kids in eastern Arkansas, northeast.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Especially the Little Rock kid. Yeah.
The Harding University Bison, their march, we hope towards another national championship, continued this past Saturday. And now this upcoming Saturday, number 2 ranked Harding will host number 10 ranked UT Permian Basin. It is the Super Regionals. It's getting down nitty-gritty, folks. The winner advances to the national semifinal at a site to be determined. And it's Saturday, December the 8th, First Security Stadium in Searcy, Arkansas. Kickoff time is 1 p.m.
So Ole Miss's quarterback, Chambliss, is that who it is?
He played for Fair State, yes.
I'm bringing it up. It's
Chambliss.
Chambliss. Senior or junior?
Senior. Oh, he may be a junior.
I think he's a junior.
Well,
I think he is a junior, yeah.
What if Kevin takes him to LSU?
Good.
Wouldn't be surprised.
No.
Would not be surprised. So, good news there. Now, Patrick, I know you love animals. We love animals. Rick loves animals. Ray loves animals.
Yes.
This was posted one time by the Memphis Animal Services. It says Luca adopted a lucky Memphis Animal Services dog.
Oh,
Memphis
Tiger.
Memphis Tiger football head coach Ryan Silverfield and his wife Mariana was so happy to leave with their new dad. Coach Silverfield is well known for his compassion for animals. By adopting a shelter pet in need, he's shown us once and for all how important this cause is to him. So,
Mike Tyson once had a tiger as a pet, so I thought you were going to go with the
Yeah,
Memphis
a tiger and some pigeons. Like a strange combo.
And Buck Owens had it by the tail.
Oh my goodness.
He finally found the buzzer.
We were staying on course pretty well today, but I guess not. All right, so that's 4. We have 4 now in the flock, so to speak. And one of the questions that I wanted to ask Trey, but we never had time to slip it in, because he kind of said something about this and just moved on. Is there any indications who is going to join Coach Silverfield from his Memphis staff? Because I thought it was interesting. The interim coach is the corners coach. I think his name is Reggie Walker. I think that's his name. Anyway, I saw this on the statement they made, that his Memphis made last night. Does that mean his OCs and his DCs are coming with him from Memphis?
We don't know.
I don't know. I haven't heard any indication of that. Maybe there'll be some clarity by the time we have this press conference on Thursday.
I'm looking at the website now, and they've updated. They got Reggie Howard as the interim.
Reggie Howard. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I said Walker. I couldn't remember his name.
It looks like the offensive coordinator is still listed. The defensive coordinator is still listed. The co-offensive coordinator is still listed. So if he's going to take some of those guys with him, they hadn't left yet.
But it's interesting, though, Patrick, that you don't name either your OC or your DC, though, as your interim coach. That's the reason why I was even raising that connection. Wouldn't you think that would be the normal thing to do?
Yes. Yeah, normally.
Well, that's what
but we don't know.
did,
hey,
right?
well, yeah, Lane Kiffin has taken basically so far just the offensive coordinator and the receivers coach. Don't know if he'll take any more or not. The whole defensive staff's going to stay because Ole Miss's defensive coordinator was named head coach. So, don't know. And I think he was on one of the interviews he did this morning, either with David or Chuck. He said wanted to have a similar offense, but he didn't necessarily say it'd be the same coordinator.
Oh, that he ran at Memphis, at Arkansas. Yeah. Interesting. And certainly there's been no talk, at least I haven't yet heard any talk, who he might retain from the Arkansas staff, the current Arkansas staff. We speculate on Mateos.
Yeah. That's
as the
probably,
offensive line coach.
Yeah, as you think about it, that might be the only one. The receivers coach was head coach before for Petrino, so you got to think that's probably not going to happen. Don't know about the running backs coach, who became the offensive coordinator. So those would be the two, I guess, you'd think of. I don't know that anybody on defense would be retained.
Wow, you're kind of.
You have to laugh. You have to laugh.
Well,
pretty true.
Kind of talking down to that defensive side of the football, aren't you, Rick?
Hey, so Steve just called in and says he was named assistant or interim head coach because he was assistant head coach in the past with him.
I see.
Yeah.
The only guy that was on the plane with him was Scott Gasper, who was the Memphis general manager.
Mm-hmm.
Now Arkansas has hired a general manager, Remy Cofield, very impressive guy. If you're around him, very impressive. Now he was hired to oversee the entire department. Obviously, football's a big deal, but I gotta believe he is going to stay as GM, and maybe this other gentleman, Gasper, becomes something else. But I don't know.
Could be director of football operations.
Could be, yeah. That'd be.
But now, would they give him also NIL responsibilities and the revenue sharing? Would that be part of the director of football operations? What all does that actually truly indicate or would cover, would encompass? You were talking a minute ago, Patrick, about this Duke basketball team, and Arkansas has another challenge, and that's coming up Wednesday night, and that is in the ACC SEC Challenge, in which Arkansas will be playing Louisville. Louisville, what is number 7th ranked right now?
Six.
Okay, missed it spot. What do you know about Louisville, Patrick?
Well, they're the highest scoring team in the country. They close to, if not make more threes than anybody in the country. So they're gonna spread you out. Obviously, shoot a bunch of threes. They've got a really good. We talked, I think, in the past about at least the top 10, 15 teams. I know Arkansas's got 2 of them, but they've got one of the top level freshmen in Mikel Brown. I mean, this kid's 6'5". He is one heck of a player, and I think he's averaging maybe 17 points a game. So he's going to be a load for everybody. But they're going to get the ball up the floor, and like I said, they're a solid defensive team. Going to push you out, a little pressure. They're just high energy. Their coach, Pat Kelsey, is a very high energy guy. I don't know if you guys have seen. If not, you will here in the next couple of days. He's just one of those high, kind of short stature, high energy guys. Reminds me almost like Coach Muss, where they're intense. They get after it. But like I said, they've got, amongst the best offenses in the country. And that's right there is. And the other thing, too, is they average like over 20 assists per game. And that's a big challenge.
Really amazing, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, so you've got to be able to defend, because it's not just it's not just dribble shot. Like, you've got to be able to play offside defensive help. You got to be able to. So it's just not going to be about guarding your guy one-on-one. Although if you can keep the guy in front of him and not get broken down and get in the lane and create passing opportunities for threes, that's a reason why they have a high rate of assists and three-point shots. But you've got to be – you can't get broken down, but you also got to be – you got to understand they're a passing team. They're going to give up a good one for a great one. So that's going to be a challenge on the defense. And the other thing, too, is – I was looking at the Hogs, and right now they're like 212th in the country in offensive rebound and possession. And that's the one thing that I always felt like with Coach Cal and the kind of guys that he likes to attract. They get on the glass. And right now, Billy Richmond leads the team in offensive rebounds, which is fine because he's a high energy. He comes flying in from the three-point line or the perimeter, and he's crashing the glass. So I feel like if they can emphasize getting on the offensive glass, I mean, you look at Trevin Brazil. Pringle is a very strong, athletic guy. Malik Ewan, with Billy Richmond. Cotter Knox is a big, strong kid, too. You can pick up. I don't know. I was just reading something about the second chance opportunities that Duke had against the Hogs, and it was, at least in the first half, it was significant. But those are the little things where if you're not getting that and sticking back, I mean, especially with the three-point shot, more teams shooting the three-point shot, you're going to have better opportunities for offensive rebounds. Because they're almost like 50-50 balls now with the long shots, long rebounds, right? So it's not like a guy is missing a 5-footer and nobody else is there, so the big guy just turns around and gets the defensive rebound. So I think the Hogs could improve there. They're a good free throw shooting team as of we sit today. They're at 80%, which is – so if you can focus on trying to get a couple more possessions, stick backs – you get to the free throw line a little bit more, which they've proven up till now to be a good free throw shooting team who, hopefully that'll last. Do you see that stat where Trevor Brazil went from 52% last year to like 80 this year?
It's amazing at the free throw line. And it was after the one game, I think he went 10 for 10 or 10 for 11, and Coach Cal was saying, well, I told him to bend his knees at the free throw line, and wow, that was an easy adjustment. And wow, what a difference it's making.
I would approach that like they approach a pitcher when he's throwing a no-hitter. Don't talk about it.
Yeah.
Don't make him think about why am I making these? You know what I mean? Don't just act like it's, don't bring it to his attention, because as we know, man, anybody can hit a little bit of a slump. But so those are the two areas where it's one of their strengths is free throw percentage. So let's focus on that. And the other, I feel like they could be a better offensive rebounding team.
I've got major question marks, Patrick. Where's the offense going to come from inside the paint? I mean, Malik Ewing, he looked great against Jackson State, yeah, but kind of got knocked around. Wasn't nearly as effective as he was against Jackson State against Duke. But then Nick Pringle, who I think has a chance to be a very good defensive player, he just doesn't have much of an offensive game. Are they going to start finding ways to get Brazil down on the block and see if he can help inside the paint?
Well, that'd be nice, but that's going to be totally up to Trevor Brazil, because you got to be able to hold your position. You got to be able to get your position, and then once you're there, you got to. Obviously he's so long. I mean, not many guys. If he does want to get in the post, but it. At this stage, you've got two guys that play downhill well, DJ Wagner and Darius Acuff, and they can create a lot of issues getting into the paint, finishing themselves, getting in the paint, throwing a lob to Pringle, to Brazil. It's sort of changed a little bit now where controlling the paint sometimes falls on your backcourt if you've got some guys that can penetrate. But you got to be able to. That's got to be a threat, right? I mean, it's got to be a threat. Whether it is you. I mean, look at a team like Alabama, for instance. They have the ability to have a lot of points in the paint, and that is because they shoot a lot of threes. So it's with them, it's either a layup or a three. A lot of times it's their guards who are laying it in. If they're not throwing, they don't have many big men post ups. It's more of a lob or a pick and roll, or that one of their guards finishing. So we've seen that's sort of what it's gotten more and more to. Now it'd be nice if you were able to identify a mismatch and be able to throw it into Brazil on the block or even in the mid post for a nice little, because he's so long, you can get it off over anybody.
This Rick mentioned a moment ago. This is some, I guess you can call it breaking news. Anthony Kennedy, the big defensive lineman, Rick mentioned out of Little Rock Central. He is now committed to Arkansas, flipped from Miami. There are three other names that we're hearing Arkansas is trying to flip. Kane Archer is the young quarterback out of Greenwood. He is currently committed to Utah. Jordan Harris, he is a edge rusher from Maumelle, and I am not exactly sure where Jordan is committed to at this particular moment. And Matthew Nelson, he is a edge rusher from Bryant. There were three that I knew they were pursuing. They've already got two so far from Bryant, and that's Ja'Cory Smith. He's a linebacker. He's a flip from Oklahoma. And then T.J. Hodges, a running back. He's a flip from Missouri.
What's I know you guys were talking about who knows what the quarterback fit, but I got interested in Grayson Wilson, Central Arkansas kid.
Yeah, CAC. And Conway.
Yeah. I got to know his, talk to his family a little bit. What do you think? Well,
Grayson redshirted this year, so I'm not sure where he fits in with now Ryan Silverfield. I'd keep him, obviously. I think he's a very talented quarterback.
Sure.
And I don't know, again, I understand it's a spread type of system, uses a lot of motion and some other things that is the offense that Coach Silverfield was running at Memphis. But Grayson's a very good athlete. He can throw it, no question about his arm strength, and I think he's a very good athlete, very good runner. But where he'll fit, I don't know. The name that obviously, Patrick, we're all questioning, wanting to know certainly is KJ Jackson. And I don't think, I think Trey said this earlier, Trey Biddy said this earlier, he'd like to see him bring in another quarterback who could, quote, compete with KJ Jackson, who has that starter capability, maybe a previous starter from somewhere else. But if you can add a Kane Archer, and certainly you want to retain a Grayson Wilson, if you want to add one more to KJ Jackson, that former starter you're talking about, then go for it. All right, Patrick, always a pleasure. Thanks to Bet Saracen. Drive Time Sports will continue.
Register now for the 2025 Bud Light SEC Pick'em Challenge for your chance to win a 50-inch TV. Make sure to submit your picks each week so you can have the most points at the end of the season. Whoever has the most points will be the 2025 Bud Light SEC Pick'em Challenge winner and receive the 50-inch TV. Register online at 1037thebuzz.com. Only on your fun and game station, 1037 The Buzz.
Fun Monday edition of Morning Mayhem is in the books. Want to thank Coach Silverfield for joining the program today. Also want to thank Trey Schapp, Chris Kane, as well as Bill Vickery for coming on the show. The boys are back tomorrow. Justin, Roger, and Baz will be on the program. 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here. It's 1037 The Buzz. We'll have much more on the coaching hire, Arkansas basketball. It's all coming up tomorrow morning here on Morning Mayhem.
It's a tough time, injured, and it was not your fault. Hurts in the pocketbook, too. Who do you turn to? Don't call a lawyer and find they're out of state or talk with someone at a call center. Call us at the Brad Hendricks Law Firm and talk to a real Arkansas lawyer directly. And remember, the only place that success comes before work is in the dictionary. We'll work hard for you. Have for over 30 years. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Tradition, reputation, results.
Looking for your next ride? Come on down to Hubbard Power Sports, your local, family-owned Can-Am and Sea-Doo dealer. We've got the latest and greatest Can-Am ATVs, side-by-sides, and spiders to power your weekend fun. And right now, get up to $3,500 off in rebates. Whether you're hitting the trails, working the land, or cruising in style, we've got what you never even knew you needed. On the road, on the water, or in the trails, we've got the ride for you.
Stop and shop at our Conway and Little Rock showrooms. That's Hawks Homes, has been serving Central Arkansas since 1986. Is Arkansas's #1 sales dealer. Volume purchasing power enables us to offer our customers the best prices on the highest quality homes. See the world's largest double-wide and single-wide homes, triple-wide homes, and even a quad. You dream it, and we'll build it for you. We're the only manufacturer and modular dealer that can build your custom home from your plans. Check them out online at hawkshomes.net.
Attention Arkansas homeowners, if you've put off updating your bathroom all year, then now's the time to call Bath Makeover of Arkansas. Bath Makeover of Arkansas is a local company installing American-made products, including bathtubs, walk-in showers, and walk-in bathtubs. Bath Makeover of Arkansas is also proud to be an official sponsor of Razorback Athletics. Don't go into a new year with that old, outdated bathtub. Bath Makeover can install a beautiful, easy-access walk-in shower in as little as 1 day. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH during our year-end blowout sale. Receive half-off labor on a new bath or shower. 18 months, no interest, no payments. Senior and military discounts. Receive a bonus $200 Visa gift card with purchase. And call Bath Makeover of Arkansas at 1-800-NEW-BATH now for a free $25 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH. That's 1-800-NEWBATH.
We are the outsiders.
You're invited to a very special evening with Need to Breathe, live in Little Rock. The Barely Elegant Acoustic Tour. Need Need to Breathe, live at Robinson Center, December 4th. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. Need to Breathe, the barely elegant acoustic tour. For more, visit needtobreathe.com.
Live from the Eat My Catfish studios, you feed your crave for sports by listening to Drive Time Sports. Much like you feed your crave at any of the 7 Eat My Catfish locations. You're safe at home with Drive Time Sports on the Buzz Radio Network.
All right, headed down the home stretch here on Drive Time Sports. Do want to invite you out to War Memorial Stadium this Friday. Not our last one. We've got one more to go after this week, but it's the Crain Team Red Zone. And what's exciting, this is championship day. There will be a game on Thursday night, 8-man championship. Then 2 games starting at noon on Friday. And then another game later on that night. So come on out to War Memorial Stadium. And I know Deb has got something working with a food drive. Deb Wyman with the Little Rock Touchdown Club. They're trying to put together something there and raise some food in the process. Let's see exactly what that says. Touchdown Club helping Potluck Food Rescue with the food drive for the 2025 High School State Championship games at War Memorial. And we'll have a healthy competition between the 2 teams. For each game, they're asking their schools and fans to bring non-perishable items to the game. The food will actually be weighed on site. A trophy will be awarded to the food champion for each game at halftime. So bring out some food, support your favorite school, and stop by and enjoy our Crain Team Red Zone. Next to the last time at War Memorial Stadium this Friday. And maybe they'll bring out maybe some of those great Crain products, whether it be Chevrolet, Buick, Ford, Hyundai, Kia, and Volkswagen. Maybe they'll bring some of those by that we can test drive.
You made mention about your favorite team. Our Little Rock Trojans continue our road swing. We've been on the road forever. We played one home game this year. We'll be at UCA in the I-40 Governor's Showdown Wednesday night. And then on Saturday, we've got a doubleheader at the Stevens Center. The women play UCA at 6 o'clock. And at 8 o'clock, the men play arch rival Arkansas State. So big doubleheader this weekend.
Come on out. Support those Trojans. And let's support this young man while we're at it.
Ray Tucker on Drive Time Sports is brought to you by Courtney Buick GMC. From the fields of the NLB to the gridiron, Monte Harrison was a Marlin, an Angel, a Brewer. Now he's a Hog. Thanks to Absolute Roofing and Construction for your business or home. Covering the state one roof at a time. Call Tiger Lee for your free estimate. 501-380-5543. That's 501-380-5543. Now, here's Monte Harrison.
Good afternoon. How was Thanksgiving?
It was good. Can't complain. Got to hang out with a couple people from my church and stuff like that. And then my wife in the afternoon did our own thing with our kids and stuff and enjoyed that.
So did you overeat?
This is the first year I didn't overeat. I was like, I can't eat all this food by myself. I'm not about to sit here and be uncomfortable for the next whatever days. I'm 30 now. I can't do that.
Great for you. Okay, let's just go right past the last game. What do you think of the new hire? Were you there when he was introduced to the team? And have you had a chance to individually meet with him yet?
Yeah, I actually, he was introduced yesterday, and then he talked to the team, and then I was one of the first people who actually talked to today. So
really,
it seems like he's got a good plan, and he's got a good thing. I'm already hearing like a whole bunch of flips and stuff of commitments he's getting from kids and stuff like that. So it sounds like, he's got the ball rolling for sure. So whatever they had planned or had stored, it's been good so far. But just the reaction from fans and people calling me and saying stuff I think they just got to give it time. Like, you know what I mean? Everybody's just, I think they're a little premature on the hiring and stuff like that, so they got to calm down.
Transfer portal doesn't open until January 12th, so you have time to think about this. Do you have any initial thoughts that you care to share with us?
No, not at this time. I mean, it's kind of just one of those things. We still got to play it out. I'll probably know in the next week or something like that, so just kind of go from there.
Monte, is that for the entire, I mean, not just you individually, but do you think that's kind of the way it's going to be for the entire roster? It's probably going to take roughly a week to kind of start to see how things, whether people go, whether people stay. Do you think it's going to happen over this next week?
Well, at the end of the season, we're kind of already starting seeing people already go. You know, people already announcing they're hitting the portal and stuff like that. Like, technically, you can't yet, but, I mean, that's just kind of what they're intending on to do. So, yeah, I feel like guys are going to know within the next 2 weeks max of what they're going to do because, you know, once the portal actually opens up, you get like 10 days or something like that to be able to figure out, and it's going to happen really fast for people, like faster than what people can even imagine.
You had a good relationship with Coach Petrino and with your receivers coach. Have you had a chance to talk to them? And we don't know if any of the assistant coaches will be retained, but we assume Coach Petrino won't be back. Have you had a chance to visit with either of them?
Yeah, I have. I mean, it's kind of just one of those situations, you know, they thanked us for what we did, the leadership I brought into the room and stuff like that, holding people accountable. You know, I didn't get to play this year, but even then, the simple fact that I still stayed in, locked in, and I didn't play as much as other people did, but it's just the leadership, and they spoke about how they felt about me and stuff like that.
So what do you know about the new offensive system?
I really don't know much about it. I was talking to about it today just to know what's the thought process behind it. I mean, normally he says that he likes to have a pocket quarterback, not really a running quarterback compared to the one that they have this year. That's not his normal, like, you know, typical quarterback. But he's not a guy that likes to throw it, not a guy who particularly likes to run it. So whatever the game dictates that day is going to be what it's going to be.
And we assume you've still got 3 years of eligibility, whether it's at Arkansas or somewhere else. You still want to play?
Yeah, I think I still got the drive to be able to play. I think at first it was kind of difficult just to know, like, what was the thought process and what were, like, people thinking. You know, it's kind of hard to go into, when, you know, being an older guy and stuff like that. What does an organization or a school think about you, you know, when you get hurt? And Arkansas has made that very clear what they wanted to do and what they have planned for me. So, yeah, they definitely have made it well known, and it just put more confidence in myself to know that I can go somewhere and play, even if it's here or if it's somewhere else.
Great, very good.
Where are you in that process, Monte? Are you getting close to 100%? How far are you actually out from being 100%?
Well, we really don't know at this time, just for the simple fact, like we said, we're not really pushing it just because of the time period. Like, we really don't have to.
Right.
So whatever that may be, I mean, I want to be back for spring ball and stuff like that. So probably when I come back for school again, probably in January or something like that, we're going to figure out, you know, what's the timetable to be able to really kick things up and really go from there. But as of right now, I mean, we're doing rehab stuff. I'm still running and doing all that type of stuff. Like, it feels more normal. I'll tell you that. I can already tell that it's running normal. So you give myself 4 months, whatever, I feel like I'll be in better shape and better opportunity to be able to cut and do all that. And then, you know, of course, down the line, 8-9 months to be able to perform in those games.
When you said come back, you're in a unique situation. You're married, you have kids. Do you stay here for the holidays? Is there somewhere where you go for Christmas? Or because there's a break, obviously, after tests. What are you thinking there?
Yeah, I'm definitely it's a couple of days. We'll probably go back to Kansas City. I'm originally from Kansas City, so we'll go there for a little bit, see my family members. Then we'll come back to Arkansas probably for like a week to be able to, you know, have our own space on time. And then we'll fly to Chicago to be able to hang out with my wife's family for Christmas and stuff like that. Yeah, so, you know, got to be in two places. So try to make time for everybody, but we do the best we can.
Tell us about your children, how old they are, and you know, Christmas is right around the corner.
Yeah, my older one my son is about to be 2 years old in February, and then I have a daughter who's 9 months old.
So have they figured out Christmas yet?
No.
Probably
no,
not.
they
huh?
haven't, and we trying to kind of keep it that way, so we ain't got to spell all these gifts. This is my wife who's the one I got to worry about.
That's where I was heading with that.
Yeah.
She got a birthday coming up soon, so that's like double trouble, man.
You got to take care of that.
And then you got Valentine's,
Yeah.
That's right. Take care of that birthday.
You see what I mean? Like, I put myself in a tough situation here.
You did okay, no doubt.
How disappointing. Let us backtrack, though, a little bit to Saturday. How disappointing was that, the way it finished against Missouri? I know you wanted to send the seniors out with a victory and so forth and so on. Mother Nature, for whatever reason, didn't like Arkansas to have home games this year. It seemed like A&M, and you had nasty weather. It turned out on Saturdays a little bit cooler than maybe some may have expected, but how disappointing was that Saturday, the way it finished up against Missouri, Monte?
I think it's very disappointing. First, starting off with the weather, it was 3 or 4 straight home games where the weather was just not cooperating to have, beautiful sunlight and just good weather. But, football, that's what it entails when it comes to those end of the years type things, you know what I mean? So, but that's no excuse for having to be able to step on the field. Just as we step on the field, they got to step on the field and do the exact same thing. The most disappointing thing, I think, really was that we didn't get the W, and just how offensively we really struggled to be able to put the ball in the end zone. Now, there's plenty of things that I could say about that I would probably keep to myself for right now, but I just didn't like the way how we were going about our offense and just certain things that were just set up and everything. And then on the opposite side of the ball, Mizzou only threw for 25 passing yards. Like, if you would have told me they threw for 25 passing yards, yeah, exactly. Like, I would have been like, oh, we won the game for sure. But then you go on the flip side, you see how much they ran for. They ran for like 330, and they didn't change anything. They threw all 7 of their passes in the first half. I'm pretty sure 5 of them were in the first quarter within the first 2 drives. So it's just very frustrating just to know that we couldn't pull out a W, especially in the regard it's a big rivalry game, and just one of those games like we said, we wanted to send the seniors off right. So
it seems like much of the year the offense was great in the first half, struggled in the second half. Anything you can pinpoint there?
I think mental focus. Just the simple fact, we can come into the game as on a high horse as much as you want, but the game of football and playing 4 quarters and playing 60 minutes, sometimes even overtime, it's a very long game. So if you're going to expend all your energy within the first couple plays, like, this is not the right mindset of football. And I don't think it came from a physical exercise or just being in shape. I think
Monte,
it's mentally.
Hang on, brother. We got to step aside for a moment. Hang on. All right, Drive Time Sports will continue.
Top of your business and the top of your home. Absolute Roofing and Construction will make sure you have the absolute protection for your home or business. Free estimates from Tiger Lee, licensed, insured, and bonded with an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Absolute Roofing works all over the state. See their work and get in touch on Facebook at Absolute Roofing and Construction, covering the state one roof at a time. Call Tiger Lee for your free estimate, 501-380-5543. That's 501-380-5543.
Injured? Let's talk about getting help now.
Anywhere in the state, dial 888-8888.
Whether injured at night, on a weekend, or a holiday,
dial 8 for Rainwater, Holton, Sexton.
888-8888.
Responsible attorneys Michael Rainwater and Bob Sexton.
Hi, it's Frank Fletcher from the Fletcher Dodge store here in Sherwood. Folks, if you're shopping for a new car or truck, I hope you'll come see us and give us a chance to earn your business. We have huge discounts. 0% financing available, and we'll give you $1,000 over Kelly Blue Book value for your trade-in. Folks, I guarantee you a hassle-free buying experience. And if you've had credit problems in the past, listen to this. We have an easy pre-approval process. Just go to FletcherCredit.com to get started. You can be pre-approved in minutes. It's really not hard. FletcherCredit.com. Folks, we're also still buying cars every day. If you got an old car or truck you want to turn into cash, Bring it to Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood and ask for Chris or Andy. Shop Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood before you buy anywhere else. Shop in person or shop online at FletcherDeals.com. Thank you.
Well, Bass, game's almost over. I hope you got those bets in on the Oaklawn Sports app.
You know, Roger, this Oaklawn Sports betting app might actually make watching games with you bearable.
That's big talk coming from a guy who's about to pick up the tab. But I hear you. With this app, we can bet on all the games this season with so many options.
And after they kick this field goal, it'll be you picking up the tab.
Nah, he's going to miss.
It's good!
That's bad.
Bet all season long with Oaklawn Sports, Arkansas's best sports betting app.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Willie D's Rock and Roll Piano Bar open every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Cold drinks and dueling pianos. Deep Nightclub downstairs hosts karaoke on Tuesdays and DJs spin on Friday and Saturday nights. Visit WillieD'sPianoBar.com.
What's going on, everyone? DJ Williams here with the Buzz in the Zone. We got a great lineup for you. Coach Conk's going to join us from Farm Brothers Flying Service. A lot to talk about, especially when it comes to some high school football. State championship weekend is upon us. We're going to talk all about it and much, much more. Also going to have that Red Right Report thanks to our friends at UAMS Health Ortho Now. We're going to be joined by John Newberry, UCA's volleyball coach. See what the Bears got going on the court. Also, Eli Craner's going to join us, letting us know what nice reads are out there. So make sure you tune in The Zone, where sports and entertainment come crashing together.
Now, back to Drive Time Sports, live from the Eat My Catfish studios. Eat fresh, eat local, eat my catfish. The #1 sports radio show in Arkansas. Drive Time Sports on the Buzz Radio Network.
We were talking about the Christmas season. Add some sparkle to the holidays with Robert Irwin Jewelers. So whether you're celebrating one of life's biggest milestones like an engagement or simply making the holidays unforgettable, not unbelievable, but unforgettable, Robert Irwin Jewelers has the perfect gift for your loved ones. Now, we've kind of picked out 2 or 3 that we think are pretty sweet holiday picks, such as the tennis bracelet. One of the hottest gifts of the season, 3-carat lab-grown diamond tennis bracelet for just $1,199. $1,199. Limited time only while supplies last. And right now you'll also get a free pair of matching diamond stud earrings. And then there's the diamond necklaces. You can dazzle her with that beautiful diamond. Lights up the room with that 10-carat lab-grown diamond tennis necklace. It's brilliant, sparkling, priced to impress at just $39.99. And then there's the magical Christmas engagement, whether it's the 3-stone designs or the classic solitaires. Whatever your style, Robert Irwin Jewelers has the perfect ring for you. And you know, you can always dream up your perfect ring. If you can dream it, they can build it. Design your own dream ring at Robert Irwin Jewelers. And feel confident with the meant-to-be guarantee. 365, no questions asked, return policy on custom design rings. That's shop now, 12 months interest-free financing, or take up to 60 months to pay. Open Sundays now through Christmas. Visit any of the 2 locations. That's Pleasant Ridge Town Center, next to Fresh Market, off of Cantrell Road, or McCain Mall in North Little Rock. Bigger, brighter diamonds, better prices. Robert Irwin Jewelers, or online at rijewelers.com.
From the fields of the NLB to the gridiron, Monte Harrison was a Marlin, an Angel, a Brewer. Now he's a Hog. Thanks to Absolute Roofing and Construction for your business or home. Covering the state one roof at a time. Call Tiger Lee for your free estimate. 501-380-5543. That's 501-380-5543. Now, here's Monte Harrison.
You know, Monte, we were talking a moment ago about your rehab and what's going on there, getting ready for this, getting ready for that. Do you do as much? They may be doing their vetting, so to speak, on you. Do you do as much of the vetting on them? In this case, you don't know who your position coach is going to be. You do know who your head coach who's going to be, and Coach Silverfield. But Do you do as much vetting, trying to find out as much about him and his system to know if this is going to be a right fit for you?
Oh, you definitely do your research and all that. I think it's kind of the best for you just to have answers and just what are you getting in the situation. So I think it's really good for you to any kid just to do their research on what they're getting into, whether it's football, baseball, life, business, anything. You have to be able to do your research. So I've done a little bit of research so far, and as days go, it's only going to get better and better.
And you said he met with the team. You might have met him briefly individually. Is he setting up other meetings for players to come in one at a time and maybe spend a little bit more time with him?
Yeah. I think he has meetings for the next couple of days to be able to talk with people and stuff like that. So we'll see how that goes. There's a lot of kids on the team and stuff like that has to be able to make a decision too, whether they're going to stay or they're going to leave, and talking to the head coach and knowing who the position guy is more than anything. That's going to be the main thing. That's who you're going to be in contact with the most. So knowing who your position is going to be crucial.
So is there any kind of, I guess you can say, game plan that they have given you as a team, like workouts, or are you just right now kind of on your own waiting for some things to kind of start settling in?
Nah, we just on our own as of right now. Like me, it's a lot easier just because I'm still doing my rehab stuff and stuff like that. So, but this is the last week of regular school classes. So after this week, then people are just going to be able to go home and do whatever they want like they typically would.
I guess it's a administrative question, but you're being rehabbed, I'm sure, by the same trainers. I guess they're the same people in the weight room. And I'm assuming the assistant coaches are still on staff until he makes any changes. Is that correct? Like if you wanted to go see your receivers coach, is he still in his office?
Correct, he is. Until that time comes and where they make the changes and stuff like that, those are the guys until that's done. So.
Okay.
I think they call that status quo.
Yeah, and I'm guessing
for the time being. Yeah.
A lot of times, even with changeovers, the training staff might stay the same, so you might have the same people working with you through rehab. I'm guessing that. I don't know for sure, but I'm guessing.
Yeah, that's kind of the normal, typical thing that you really kind of go through. Like I said, I've only seen it really in kind of the professional ranks and stuff like that. Which most of the time you do keep the normal people, but there is times where they do make that turnover too. But I guess we'll see with that. But on the coaching side, yeah, it's kind of quicker rather than, later on.
Share what you can or you want, I should say that. Care what. What did Coach Petrino say to the team in that final meeting, if you will, when you're in the locker room after the game against Missouri? Is there things you can share that came from that ending, if you will, to Arkansas football for 2025?
To be honest, I can't even really remember what he said. I'm trying to really remember, but it was such a daze.
Impactful, huh? Gee whiz.
The reason why I even asked you that to a degree, Monte, I remember. Now this is back in high school. Okay, we're talking for Ray and myself and the others. We're 50 plus years removed from this particular moment. We had no playoffs. That's the team I played on. And I remember we get into the locker room, and the coach was basically giving us, it seemed like about 5 minutes to get our gear together and be sure we had all of our gear turned in. He was putting us all kind of like in a casket right there, and I'm like, can we not at least come back
it wasn't like that.
Can we come back on Monday and talk about when we need to start turning our gear in and all that other stuff?
Nah, it wasn't like that. But I from what I remember, like I said, I wasn't like I wasn't paying attention, but I was kind of like just in a daze and shock, kind of like, dang, this is really over with. Like this is what our season ended with. But he was just talking about how proud he was of us, just really not giving up after, it's so easy for teams to be able to give up and just call it in quits and stuff like that. But he thanked us and just, whatever the future holds for all of us, it's just he thanked us as a coach just to continue to go. Like, there's going to be challenges in life, and this is just one of those challenges. It just happened to be in the football setting.
I'm really impressed that Randy can remember that from his high school days. I sure
right.
as heck can. I can tell you that.
Yeah, you're 30. You think you're old? It's been a long time since Randy was a football player.
We were about 1-9 or 2-8, so it was.
We were 2-8.
It was kind of like the same situation. We couldn't wait to get out there, and I sure think he was ready to get rid of us at the same time. So, anyway.
No, this is, and I even told coaches today, I was like, this is not something normal for me where I grew up in an environment or been around something that was just a 2-10 was not normal. The most games, I lost football-wise 4 or 5 games in my whole football career. So just the simple fact to lose 10 games in 1 year was just, it's not normal for me. So it hurts. It doesn't sit well with me just to know that we have so much potential, we have so much talent, but on the other end, talent and that only gets you so far. You got to be able to step in and really lock in and be able to do what you're supposed to do, and that's on the mental side of it.
Well, I'm going to speak for. Well, I won't speak for all three of us, but I can just say this: I know you got your family to take care of. You're an outstanding young man, and we all we hope you stay.
Yeah, we do.
Absolutely,
100%. And we'll be happy to have you on the radio again next year. You'll be playing every game. I do have to remind you that, and I hope you're going to be on with us at least one more week so you can kind of tell us what you're going to do. And you can talk to us about baseball for 30 minutes because it's only 115 days till opening day.
Monte,
like I said, he's persistent.
until next week, my friend. We wish you the very best. Monte Harrison. Thanks again to Absolute Roofing. For Rick Schaeffer, Ray Tucker, I'm Randy Rainwater. Don't forget tonight, Ray Tucker, Arkansas Outdoors, 8 o'clock. So keep it right here on 103.7 The Buzz. Have a great rest of the night. So long, everybody.
Don't get sidetracked.
That man is playing Galaga.
We'll keep you on course.
Thought we wouldn't notice.